And the Bastards of Bourbon, we're back.
Hello.
Hello,
David.
We actually have another episode that it hasn't aired. I'm having a problem. It was our first time doing an episode outside of the studio, so we traveled with equipment and recorded on the laptop. And
Super cool.
I'm having a hard time transferring the audio, but it will be up. It was in Franco's little speakeasy. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to share it with everybody.
Yeah.
But today we have Manny and Brady. Hello, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
First time having them both on together.
Correct.
Manny's been on twice before. Brady has been on once before, but he was also kind of a spot here and there on the podcast you just spoke about.
Yeah.
And a little behind the scenes. It was a room. It was basically like a closet.
Yes.
Really cool room.
It was
Awesome
tight.
room.
Yeah,
it was a tight fit. Yeah. And it was actually not as wide as the space that you see us recording right now. It's very small, but it was really cool. And I liked the background. I was saying just a little bit ago, I'm going to paint this to make it darker for sure.
Yep.
I think the darker just makes everything pop a little better.
And Manny, am I correct? So the last tasting you did with us on a podcast, was that the rye? Was that the all the rye?
I think it was the rye. There was one more recently, I think.
No, I think it was the rye.
No, there was one more recently.
But that would mean you've been on 3 already.
It was you and Pat, and then
This is my third.
So yeah, then it was the rye because it was you and
Oh,
Pat.
I guess it
and
was
then
the rye.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be back. Never thought I would with this group. I believe in the last time you guys were together, it was I don't know the exact words, but I think it was "fuck Manny."
Did we say that?
I would never utter those words.
I think I might have said it.
Okay. I'll take ownership.
So you guys are good friends then?
We like each other.
What? I missed it. What's happening?
I think we like each other.
Okay, good.
They both live in Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys should be friends.
He saw me in a dark spot last week.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
a little
worried
emotional.
for your personal well-being.
That's what Notre Dame does to basically everybody.
You got a little emotional about Notre Dame, huh?
Oh yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. It wasn't fun.
But after the jubilation of the win being pulled out, then my understanding is that there was some Blantons
There
to
were
be
some
had.
Blantons consumed.
I asked Brady, I said, did he pour it in a sports bottle and just start spraying it on his face?
We really need to make this happen.
I can't not let it go.
Right. Right. We need this to come into existence.
It's a good idea.
I mean,
really is.
just a side little video. We'll put it out on the
Yeah.
on social media.
Yeah. Just fire everybody up.
Yeah. Look what these fuckers are doing with Blantons.
Although I saw a video, and there's no way the guy had to fill the bottle with something else. But I saw a video on one of these Facebook posts, and he just poured it right into the sink. Wow, there's so much hate for Blantons out there.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, just because he was trying to make a point that this is not a good product.
Yeah,
You got to get this guy's name. I want
It's
an
dropping
address.
on my charts.
we're going to his
It's dropping quickly.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of there may be a lot of good bourbon out there, some that people think is better than Blanton's, but there's no way in hell that Blanton's is shitty enough to pour down the sink drain. Like, let's be real. Yeah. Even if you're like, I don't get the hype behind it, there's no way you drink it and you're like, well, this is shit.
and I always look at it in the context of price, and that's where it still will always be. So my number one.
I get the price, but availability. I mean, it's if you can't get it, it doesn't.
Right.
Yeah,
kind of a
we're
moot
lucky
point.
at that. Yeah. But price and consistency, we were saying the last podcast, because we've had a lot of different single barrels that it's not the same from bottle to bottle, and it's always the same with Blantons.
Yeah,
it's impressive actually.
It really is.
We also have Nymeria in the studio. She desperately wants it Manny right now.
Is it because Manny doesn't have any pants on?
Well,
I do have a hole in my pants.
and for some reason he has peanut butter. I don't know what's happening. I don't like it.
I thought I smelled peanut butter. I just wasn't sure if you maybe had a bottle of Screwball laying around somewhere. It was open already.
There's also somewhere in this house a steroid mouse that I could not catch.
Oh,
So
wow.
he
Awesome.
those snap traps.
Yeah.
He definitely got caught at it, and it drug it around for a while because it was not where it originally was.
Wow.
But he was not still in it,
Wow.
and it did not deter him from then going to the second one and doing the same thing.
I'd like to see this thing.
I'm
run
not
some
sure.
tests.
I'm not sure I want to see it.
Listen, if I see it, I'm out. I'm running away.
I think he might be juiced up. It might also be why every time I come home from work, Nymeria is hiding in the bedroom and won't come out at first. Like, are you sure it's safe?
It's probably terrorizing her when you're gone.
Right. I need to leave ghosts up here to deal with it.
Yeah.
I said,
there you go. I'll bring my 3 cats over.
I was just going to say, I'm about to be like, you want to fuck around, mouse? I'll go get a cat. Yeah. We'll see how this plays out.
Shit will be over.
But back to bourbon.
Yeah.
We have quite a lineup here, actually. I'm really excited for this because I've only had one of the whiskeys or bourbons on this table, and that one I didn't even have in a Glencairn.
Yeah.
So,
And I have only had one. I have had a Remus Reserve, but I had the 3, not the 4. But go ahead, Dave. You want to start down your end, and then
yeah. So we should also say that Manny brought most of the bottles on the table, right? Or, yeah, 3.
I brought 2,
And
and
then-
Manny brought.
Well, he brought 4, really. 'Cause
yeah.
the uncle nearest is mine that's on the table, but
Yeah.
Manny is the one who picked it up for me. So, and much appreciation.
I'm the plug. I got you.
Yeah. All right, so the first one is
Bourbon Finder.
Redwood Empire. I didn't even realize it's Lost Monarch. I love that name. It's actually a cool label.
Yes, it is.
It's a guy with a beard and his hair is trees. So that's
Redwoods.
Redwoods, which are very impressive. I've actually seen them when I lived in California, but it is running at 90 proof. Sorry, I love the Redwood Forest,
Oh
man.
man, hey, I am right there with you. I've only been there once, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy to see those fucking trees.
Oh, yeah.
It's absurd.
And it's so quiet
yeah,
because they absorb so much sound because they're huge.
yeah, it's impressive. So then we have Jefferson's Ocean. This is a new one. It is Voyage 22. It is a wheated bourbon, also coming in at 90 proof.
And according to Manny, it was apparently a very boring voyage.
No pirates or anything, huh?
No pirates.
No no rubber ducks in the ocean.
Damn it.
No storms, really.
Yeah.
Man, just a nice easy ride.
Yeah, it wasn't a fun one.
It's probably going to be a shit
dumb.
bourbon. Damn it.
I'm sure there were still shipmen
doing
What?
stuff.
peeing off the boat. They at least had that
They at
going
least
on.
had that going for them.
And I'm sure there were some rapes. Come on. All right, let's get it out early.
Let's just get it out
Yeah,
there.
dust it off.
We don't have Tommy here to be completely inappropriate, so. And then we have the Remus Special Reserve, which I honestly didn't even know existed. Apparently, this is actually the 4th rendition of it.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
3 other ones. I believe they're all 100 proof. Besides the first one is, I want to say it's 90,
Okay.
but yeah, that's the one they had.
And I know you know a lot more about this than I do.
Yeah.
But I'll at least name it, and then you can talk about it.
I figure
It
I'll
is-
jump into the story of it when we get to it.
Okay. So it's Uncle Nearest, 1856, and it is a whiskey. Tennessee,
Yeah. It's a Tennessee whiskey, which is technically a bourbon.
100 proof.
Yeah.
And Manny has had it, but none of us have.
I had it, but not out of a Glencairn, in
Okay.
just one time.
So it doesn't really count.
No.
Just like I'll speak about in a second about Noah's Mill. And then something that I had no idea I was going to get a chance to get for this podcast, Old Carter. It is bottled in Bardstown, Kentucky, and we'll get into a little more about Old Carter and how it came about. But it's a newer whiskey, just started in 2017. Anyhow, the proof is 106.5, and this is batch number 6. This is
Okay.
the most recent.
Rendition.
Yes.
I actually want to throw out there real quick because, no, I think the Straight Edge was also out of California because I was thinking this was the first California, but it's out of Sonoma County, California. Sorry.
That's
but-
okay. And then we have Noah's Mill, which actually comes out of the Willett Distillery.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either until I read the fine print here. Manny knew it. I have had the opportunity to taste this, but just like Dave said with the Uncle Nearest, I did not taste it out of a Glencairn, so we're just not sure how much that counts. The people around me that had it, including Manny's dad, loved it.
Yeah.
Really loved it, and I felt pretty sure that I needed to try and get a hold of a bottle for this podcast, so I was able to do that.
Man, I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
What is that one? 114.
114.3.
Yeah, so we're rounding out, as usual, with the big boy bourbons.
Big boy, big boy.
All right.
All right, so should we jump right into this?
Yes.
I felt like I had a story I wanted to tell you guys, but I forgot it, so I probably shouldn't have brought it up.
No, I love when people say that.
Actually, I did want to say that I finally made it back over to Valley Wine Cellar for the first time in forever last night, and man, I miss those guys. I love it over there.
That's awesome.
So much fun.
And they have now decorated for Christmas. It looks tremendous.
Ooh.
Oddly, I didn't even notice. I was just like, yes.
I thought that's where you were going with it.
No, I was just like, friends, booze, awesome.
The selection of beer right now that they have is really, really good.
Yeah, that's
mean-
the one thing. Like, when I went there all the time, I had the back corner of one of those coolers that I would store stuff that I wanted to drink.
Starting off heavy over there.
I could tell by Steve's eyes. He was like,
Is it
holy
heavy?
shit.
I believe I heard someone tell me the other day. He was like, oh, I'll taper it back.
I'll taper it back.
I know what I'm doing.
Well, yeah. I just don't know how to pour right.
Well,
what it
and
comes down
I
to.
used to keep a jigger on the table, and I'm just like, whatever. We live dangerously.
Yes. All right. Let's talk about the nose. And I'm not talking about my nose. No one wants to talk about that.
Yeah, people actually stop talking about it, all right?
I'll tell you
It's
what.
offensive.
I really like the nose. Really like the nose.
I'm getting.
I do too.
I get vanilla, cherry.
I fucked up. I have to rinse my hands off because I showered right before everybody got here, and I'm just smelling my hands.
I don't think we have to go to the extent now to make excuses when you actually are going to pee. But okay, if we're going to be that creative, we'll give it to you.
While he's gone, too, I do want to bring up that the Remus and this one we're drinking now, the Empire, or Redwood Empire, they are MGP. I thought there was another one that might have been. I'm not sure. But I'm finding a lot about MGP recently, and they're basically do everything.
Yeah,
does that
Midwest
mean?
grain products.
Correct.
Yeah.
Midwest grain products.
Yeah. Indiana.
Indiana, correct.
Okay.
They do all the high Wests, Widow Jane,
Uh-huh.
Angel's Envy,
Their footprint is
everywhere.
yeah.
Much better. Yeah, I get a little cherry. Get some
Boy,
get some char.
It is very familiar, and it's going to come to me. But this smells a lot like something I've had before.
There's a sweetness to it that I
Yeah.
really enjoy. Wow. I think everybody just looked at each other for a second. Ooh.
Yeah,
Well, goddamn.
yeah. Listen,
Yeah, that's definitely good.
I gave you the wrong one, Jacob.
the mouthfeel, and I'm going to steal a description Dave likes to use a lot with mouthfeel, buttery.
Yeah, it's very buttery.
Yes.
It's
For
like
90 proof, too.
yeah, it's full body. The cherry really comes through.
Yeah.
Like that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's
Holy
like
shit.
$30 too, $35
That was
maybe.
where did you get that?
That was a Cleveland, somewhere in
I
don't even remember.
will take at least one bottle.
Okay.
Yeah. I will as well.
Let me jot down some notes here.
Yeah. Did you bring your order form? Holy shit.
And I get a little bit of, and you get it with most bourbons. You definitely get a little bit of the caramel oak that's coming through
Yeah.
there a little bit. The cherry obviously is there, but there's something else I haven't quite been able to place yet.
And it lasts.
Floral. Do you get
Yep.
a floral
Yep.
kind of? I can't put my finger on what it is, but I kind of, there's something to it that I really, really like.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just there's it's not spicy, but
Man.
and I always lean towards the spices.
It's
But
easy to
this
drink.
it is. It's easy to drink, and you said it's around 30.
I might be making that up, but I thought it might have been a little more than that.
Yeah, can we
30, maybe 100, somewhere
try
the
just
same.
somewhere around there.
44. That's a fucking hell of a price point.
All I can tell you is you have a good bourbon when the head distiller's name is J. Duckhorn.
Duckhorn?
Duckhorn.
He's my
I wonder
favorite
if it's the
person.
wine, the Duckhorn wine.
Same
guy.
I don't know, but that is excellent.
I really want to try the rye one.
I do too now. That really caught me by surprise.
So I know there's a rye one. I know there's another one. It's a red label. I don't know which one it is though.
And you are correct. It's not really spicy. There's a tiny bit of spice to it,
Yeah.
but not
just enough where you're like, okay, it's not overly sweet.
Right.
yeah.
But a real good marriage of and is this blended from different barrels?
I believe so.
I think it is.
I'm
And,
pretty sure it is.
all right, I'm gonna add a little
blend of straight. It's a blend of straight rye whiskeys and straight bourbon whiskeys aged at least 3 years. So it's a mix of both.
Huh. Well, they did a nice job mixing.
Man,
I put a little ecstasy in mine. Brady, what do you think of it?
I think it's very good. Floral. I don't know about floral, Manny. I mean, I've never consumed flowers before, so I don't know what that tastes like.
You're really
but,
missing
I mean,
out.
right? Why are you being weird about it? Flowers are delicious.
Oh my god.
But I'm gonna try it with this ecstasy in it and see if it tastes any better.
Okay.
I fucking love
It
it. Any better?
it kind of mellowed it slightly, but
Muted everything.
yeah.
It definitely tastes better without the water.
Well, now I don't want to.
In my
got
opinion, I mean,
it's got
maybe-
everything I look for in a bourbon.
$44. That's
That's
a
a-
fair
that's a-
point for it. It's,
Yeah.
it's good.
And I'm going to say right now, while we're on 1 of 6. This has just shocked me. Because usually the first one we try, we're just like, all right, let's move on. Come on. Come on. Get it off the table.
I want a second pour.
I think
That
this
is
is gonna be
excellent.
I think this is gonna be a long night.
Yeah. It didn't mute it that much for me. Maybe I just put less water in than everybody else.
I
but
still got to figure out the crack pipe.
Yeah.
dropper.
What I tend to do is I get it down low, then I get it up here. I'm like,
Drop
okay,
it out.
let's get rid of some of that and then go in.
I just might try Jeff and just drop the whole thing.
yeah. See if you can shatter it. I did want to bring up the fact that Garden Grill Steakhouse actually has George T. Stagg, which is crazy to me. I'd never seen it not be a lottery item.
Just one bottle?
2.
Okay.
The first one's about halfway gone.
Yeah, I only asked that because I need to know my time frame on how soon I
Yeah.
need to get over
Yeah.
there.
But the second bottle may not end up being there. The owner may end up keeping it for himself.
I would. If I, was the
I
owner.
can't blame
That's-
him, but I am upset about it. It is $75 a pour. I had it for the first time the other night. Susie was actually nice enough to give me half a pour of it, and no lie, I smelled it for 20 minutes before I tasted it. I was like, oh my god. People kept asking me, they're like, so what'd you think? I'm like, I haven't tasted it yet, just settle down. I was texting Steve.
Yeah.
I was texting like, I can't quit smelling it.
Yeah.
And then I told him I don't want to drink it because when I do, it's over. He said, tease it.
I did. It's true.
I'm taking my time, guys. That's
New
good.
ritual, Brady, Manny. We totally forgot to tell you guys before this, before we got on air, because this could have been something where you're like, well, okay, I'm not doing the podcast.
Right. You might have bailed.
Yeah. At the end of the
You're
night,
talking about the death cup.
yeah,
in the middle
everything
here?
that gets poured in there, and it's not always just remnants from the Glencairns. You have to split it.
Yeah.
So I don't care how you do
I'll
it.
see you guys later.
I don't know. You're locked in now.
Too late. Too late. All right. Well,
Good
man,
start.
Good start. Super start.
I'm not done. I'm kind of savoring it.
I did a light pour.
Oh, man.
You know, I'm trying to be.
A responsible adult.
Yeah.
When did that start?
Just now.
And it would
Hold on a second.
probably last maybe 25
8
minutes.
52.
All right. I'll get us moving here. So we rinse.
You're fine.
God, that's good.
Maybe that's what looking at the palette, light syrup. Maybe that's what I was tasting.
You know,
that I
yeah.
couldn't put my finger on.
Light
I could get
syrup,
that.
syrup.
That's also might have something to do with like the mouthfeel.
Well, and sometimes I think I think of floral, and it's kind of like baking spices, but I'm not getting baking spices out of this.
No. It's pretty sweet, to be honest. It's not like Angel's Envy rye sweet, but it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's more sweetness than spiciness for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But it's not overpowering.
No, it's delicious.
It keeps me wanting to come back for more.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm upset that I'm not putting more of it in my glass right now. All right, so on to Jefferson's Ocean Voyage 22. Obviously, we've chronicled how big of a fan we are of Jefferson's in general.
Yes.
So I
did an entire Jefferson's tasting of like 8 of their 10 products. They even,
as we tend to do.
right. They even liked our
Like some of our social media posts.
Yes.
I got to remember to start tagging them and everything again. Because I stopped tagging the different distilleries and things like that. And
Yeah,
it's-
especially with the one we just had, because who knows? You know, they might want more of a presence in the Midwest.
Yeah, and we'll do it.
Yeah, and be like, hey, these guys really are pumping up our product. Let's go ahead and send them a couple cases.
Please do that.
That's a little bit lighter.
That has been sticking in my head all day today. I don't know why.
What is that?
Some
Oh man,
jingle I heard.
I feel like I'm getting more wood than anything out of this smell.
I don't get really anything. If I'm being honest with you, it doesn't do a whole lot on the nose for me.
No.
I have had it before, and I already have my mind made up of what I.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think his mind is made up that it's good.
Might be.
That's yeah. Those were also the vibes I was getting, Dave.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I guess he's being very secretive.
I'm getting like a small hint of caramel maybe on the nose. Just going to taste.
Yeah, I mean, I get I get a little bit of burnt char. I get a little burnt char on the nose, little caramel.
I had big hopes for it because I know you guys really like the other weeded one,
Yeah, it was excellent.
and this is just blah.
I'm going to be honest. There's a good chance we also did it a disservice by putting it after Redwood Empire. But I'm not a big fan. I'm not really getting too much from it.
Very thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something weird in there I'm tasting that I don't like. But I
Salt.
don't
You really get
know
the
what it
salt.
is.
I do. I get, and I think this is where maybe I need to take some bourbon classes, although I feel like I could teach one as well, but just an inappropriate one. It's loose, and I know that sounds like, what the hell is he talking about? So the marriages of these flavors, as Manny just mentioned, salt, and there's a thin feel to it. It's like it didn't
age long enough.
Yeah,
or-
it just
It's not cohesive.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a letdown.
Immature.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Being so immature.
Slutty.
Whore.
Loose.
It does say sea salt, caramel, vanilla, brown sugar. Everything it lists, I get a little bit of.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
I even get the dried apricot, and that's probably another reason why I'm not a big fan, because I fucking hate apricots.
They're pretty good. I think they're good for you too, health wise.
That usually means that they don't taste great.
They look like
Yeah.
chewed up
Yes.
bubble gum. That's what dried apricots look
I
like.
got a kick out of
Yeah.
that this morning. Chewed up bubble gum. Can I pour this out? Am
I
allowed?
keep telling your dad to watch that part of the podcast we did together. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I go, just ask Manny.
I still don't know what we
Go
were
on,
talking
you
about.
get-
Dave went to the bathroom. He was gone his normal 10 minutes. And we were just filling time.
Yeah. No. Nymeria. Oh, this little bitch. She's about to go on the
So
road.
no,
yeah,
to answer your question, you don't have to finish it. I feel like it's my duty.
Ooh, I didn't put water.
Yeah, that's the responsible thing to do,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
I mean, I paid $80 for it, whatever it was. So might as well.
And
So you could have bought 2 of the first one
yeah,
for the price of this.
just
one.
about.
Yep.
And here's the conundrum with Jefferson's Ocean.
Ooh, conundrum.
I know. I'm bringing out the large vocab, the vernacular.
Vernacular.
So it is.
Spectacular
It's a
vernacular.
high-end product because of how it's made, and it's somewhat of a novelty. And the first few voyages that they actually came out with, because the first couple they couldn't bottle because they realized that they were aged too long. So
Yeah,
once they
thick like molasses or something, they said, right?
once
Yeah.
they perfected it, the first few were really good. But since then, and now we're up to 22, you get some good ones, some really good ones, and you also get just
As much as I like Jefferson's, this might be the last bottle of Oceans I purchase. For the price
and
point.
just wait for someone else,
Right.
and then they
It's-
say, "Hey, you gotta get this one." Then
I mean, because I have the
I've kinda
17
done the same thing.
and I think at the 20, and they're good. Are they $90? No,
I do think it was better with the water.
I agree.
yeah,
It's still not good.
Still-
but
yeah, and the mouthfeel's just not good.
Yeah.
It's not a good mouthfeel.
No. It's no bloody butcher.
You know that was Tommy's number one.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's just slide that back into the mix. I mean, I'm not trying to rush
you
anybody.
could put it behind the mix.
No, I've been done.
He been done.
I've been done.
Go on, get.
You go on and you get. Get.
That might need to be a shirt too.
Oh, shit.
Or we could just put both on one shirt.
One on one side, one on the other.
People would be so confused walking around like
Right.
Kroger or whatever with
Like,
that
what's
on.
up with this guy's shirt?
It says
Who's
easy now, Tiger. and he's got a big tiger on the front. Or just put my face on the front, your face on the back. It says, go on, get.
We don't want to scare anybody. Come on.
Hey.
Like you'll have kids will be crying in the corner, asking their parents why that freak has been in the liquor
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
in the liquor section for a half hour.
Get rid of it.
There's a strange bald guy
that's-
in the bourbon section touching
That's just
himself.
going to be later when I have to drink it. A little bit of flavor. I did see. I get on some kicks where I'll just watch 4 hours of bourbon reviews
Mhm.
on YouTube.
Mhm.
I don't. It's probably unhealthy, and I don't know why I do it, but
I think it's great.
I go on kicks.
so it's just.
Yeah, that's
I
not
think it's
unhealthy.
good. I think it's good research.
But the guy that looks like you popped up, and honest to God, I had to like triple take
Isn't that weird?
because I thought it was you for a good 10, 20 seconds.
I haven't talked to him again in a while, but I know like if we ever do make that trip to Kentucky, and we line it up with him, I'm pretty sure he'll be down
Oh yeah,
because he was pretty excited.
yeah.
He texts, well, not text, I guess it's Facebook Messenger or whatever, though. It's weird how he responds to things. So he's kind of a weird guy. But it'll
Aren't
be
we
fun.
all?
And
I'm fucking
obviously
super weird.
with obviously with the situation we're in and the pandemic,
not
that's
looking-
definitely going to be a 2021 trip.
Yeah.
But
it's-
it needs to happen in 2021.
Yeah. I don't know if it's even looking good for that. Things are getting...
The vaccine will be here, and
I don't know if I can take it right away.
I'm not.
Just because it's normally like... I'm all for vaccines.
Yeah.
I'm for vaccines. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. But when it's normally a 3 to 5 year process,
That looks a little
and then
heavy.
it's like a 10-month process,
Well, I
makes
will-
me a little nervous.
I will be your guinea pig
Yeah.
because I don't have a choice. Because when it becomes available in Ohio, all nursing home employees are going to be the first to get it,
Oh, really?
and you will not be able to be allowed to work in a nursing home if you don't get it.
No
So that's
shit.
going to be interesting.
Seems like a good way to not go to the office.
Well, I didn't get the vaccine. I'm still going to cash checks though.
I'm gonna be working remote. I'm gonna be working the TV remote. All right, so this is the Remus Repill Reserve.
Yeah, this is series 4. This is another. So this is we talked about it already. MGP. This is their actual bourbon. This is the one that they put the label on and say this is one that we make.
Okay.
They only do it to 2.
Yeah, and Jeff Summers first turned me on to this. He's got, he might even have 2. At one time, he might have had 2 and 3. He also has just the regular Remus.
I bought a bottle of that. I think it's about $35.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet, but I heard it drinks like a rye, very spicy.
Yes, very, very spicy. So I'm very anxious to try this. Thanks to Brady. So it's kind of a cool little thing they do on the label here. It is 77% of a 2008 bourbon, that was 21% rye, and then it's 23% of a 2008 bourbon that is 36% rye, which means that this bottle is roughly 25 and some odd change percent rye.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
I got to tell you, the guy on the back is very dapper.
he's dapper, and he actually looks
He
like a
is.
young
He's
Al Capone.
Yes.
So, well, essentially, the George Remus, he was a famous bootlegger.
Ah, there you go.
So if the shoe fits,
Yeah.
Then you put those bitches on. Sorry, it's my bad.
Went too far.
Yeah, I'll just go to the bathroom.
No, please humor us with some elaborate story.
My hands smell too good. I have to go wash them off.
It's all I can smell. The on the nose, I did get some of that chocolate. It's not listed on there, but I felt like I got brown sugar.
well, this is a different. That's the
Oh,
original.
that's the regular Remus.
Yeah, this is a different.
Yeah, that's not it.
I get cinnamon.
Yeah.
Cinnamon.
Yeah.
Cinnamon.
Big cinnamon, spice right away.
Yep.
Right on the tongue.
I feel like I'm getting brown
Do you
sugar.
get orange at all?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I didn't know if I was crazy or.
I get it. I get it on the smell. I get cherry on the smell.
agree.
That's interesting.
I'm so afraid that I'm getting cherry just because of the Redwood Empire. Because for a second, I thought I got it on the 22 as well. The
Really?
Voyage 22.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
So much cinnamon.
It's a lot. It is. It's almost a little overpowering.
So would you say that this one's spicy?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
for sure. It's nowhere near spicy, like spicy. I give it a okay. If I'm gonna go with a 1, 2, and 3 spice as my levels, I give
Right.
it a 1 spice, maybe
Oh,
1
just
and a
one
half.
spice. Okay.
Maybe a 1.5.
I'm thinking maybe 2
There-
spice.
2 spice? Okay. How about Sporty Spice? Do you even know who Sporty Spice
I
is?
don't know what that means.
Do you guys
no.
know who that is?
No.
You guys don't know who the Spice Girls are?
Oh my.
Oh, Spice Girls. Yeah, I've heard that.
Name Spice Girls.
Why are we like, what, you losers don't know about the Spice Girls?
What's wrong with
What's
you?
wrong with you? Baby Spice? Come on.
Sometimes I forget it's 2020.
And that we probably should have never been listening to the Spice Girls.
Or know their names. Scary Spice.
Sporty Spice.
Yeah.
Yeah, never heard of the actual individual names before.
There's 2 more, but I can't remember.
I blame it on my sister. Sorry, Hannah.
Sure you do.
Okay.
Listen, I don't want to talk about it. The albums were beautiful works of art.
I will say this: I like this better than the last time I had it, and I think it was up against Stag. So everything I had after that was going to be not good.
It's got a nice little sweetness to
I
it,
like
too.
it. It has a good mouthfeel. It's not as good of a mouthfeel as the Redwood. It's a little. I mean, it's a different kind of bourbon altogether.
Do you get a little sweetness out of it?
I do.
I do.
Yeah, but it does have a pepperiness
It
to
hits
too.
hard, and then the finish is. I really like the finish. It comes off aggressive, and then that quickly fades, and it.
Yeah. I keep licking my lips because I feel like it's just sweet.
You better use the bathroom.
What am I going to do about my sweet lips in the bathroom? I feel like this is turning into a totally different podcast.
Well, each one has its own flavor.
So you better use the bathroom. Listen, Spice Girls, settle down over there.
I'm on a roll tonight.
How much is this one? Is this one of the ones
This
you got,
was
Manny?
$90.
Okay.
So this was 90. You said Jefferson's was like 85.
Jefferson's was
Redwood was 44.
44.
John Riggins. John Riggins.
I'm
Again.
a massive fan of John Riggins.
Yeah.
I didn't really know that much about him till. Did you see his NFL football life?
Yeah.
Man,
Amazing.
he's just a man.
Just let the old
like
people
a
talk
man.
now.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, let the old people
Listen,
talk now.
Yeah, you guys
He
might
was
as well.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you might as well be speaking like Spanish right,
Right.
now. I don't like.
He was a stocky white running back.
He was a fullback.
Do you have a neck
fullback.
roll?
He was a fullback.
You have the neck
And at one point, he had a full-blown mohawk.
And he drank beer before everything.
Smoked cigarettes.
Probably why he was
cigars.
so good.
He was like the definition of a man, and he played fullback, but was their lead rusher. He wasn't like the typical I help block sometimes on goal line touches. No, he was the guy that they were giving the ball to.
Yeah.
It was maybe my favorite football life.
And kind of appropriate to talk about after having Remus because, he seems like he'd be a Remus guy.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know on what account you're basing that on.
I don't know, but I was just trying to tie it all in, Brady. Come on. Work with me.
Try to get all the way back to bourbon.
We were really far out there, and we tucked it right in.
I feel like me and you keep going on these side tangents. Maybe we should do a gathering of fools soon.
I think I actually liked it with the water a little bit more.
Oh, I forgot about the water.
I almost forget every single time.
Yeah.
I catch myself.
I like it. I do.
It's good.
I like it better than the Voyage 22.
Yes.
It's more complex, has more depth.
It's got a lot going on, actually.
It's a high price point, in my opinion.
It is a high price.
It's a high price point.
Yeah.
But it's
Is it 90? Is it worth the 90? There's other stuff I'm going to go
absolutely.
for.
Absolutely.
But if you get a chance to have it, especially if it's a decent priced pour at a bourbon bar or bar period.
And like I said, I would like to try the Series 3. Everything I listen to that's the best one by far.
Jeff really likes it.
I will say this, like I said, this is better the second time around. First
still have
time
to
it
get
was.
with Jeff. I have to go try that Larceny Barrel Proof.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
You
all
brought
my
up larceny again. Here
He'll
we go.
He'll figure out some way to bring it up.
I'm talking about the barrel proof that I want to try. I did polish that bottle off with a bunch of Coke Zero, though.
There
And
is
truthfully-
nothing wrong with that.
And truthfully, it was still not very good.
Brady, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was good. I'm trying to figure out if I think it's better than the first one.
Well, you have
but-
time.
Yeah. Probably have to retaste them at the end, which is
Go ahead and start. I got a little bit left.
probably a bad idea.
I feel like that's good. That's breaking tradition. I can't. We'll just wait. Just seems unnatural to me.
He just gives you the
Yeah,
heebie-jeebies, like, oh,
like
no.
it's just gonna throw everything off. Next thing you know, I'm breaking Glencairn's.
Hey, Jacob, did I just say heebie-jeebies? Make a note that I'd never say that again.
If you're worried about breaking something later, I feel like you should just like spike one of these on the ground right now and get it over with.
I know. So our last podcast, I believe we
Don't do
lost 3, maybe 4 Glencairns.
Oh, man, I forgot.
Yeah. So I brought a box of 6.
He was just fucking
Yeah.
opening them all over the place.
They just vanished.
Oprah, you get a Glencairn.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah.
I mean, I get out of the car, I grab the box of 6. I haven't even had a sip of bourbon. And just boom on the parking lot. And
I thought they were all broken.
yeah, I don't know how only managed to break 2 at that point, but it gets better.
It gets way better.
Go ahead.
So then I'm about to get in my car. We've said our goodbyes. Franco's giving him a ride home, and he's about to get in there and drops him again. And for sure, he was like, well, those are just going to stay there now. Because it, again, sounded like all of
Yeah.
them broke.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, no, let's just look. And I looked, and there were still 3 good ones.
Yeah.
And I was like, here, man, there's still 3 good ones in here. He was determined to break. They're going to have to buy more Glencairns.
I know. Trust me, I know. I mean, I went from like I had 12 and now I'm down to like 6.
The Glencairn case.
not
Not that
case.
one. He had like the box they come in.
that case is Steve proof.
he
Have you
could
tested it?
chuck that.
Yeah, I mean a couple times, you know.
Yeah, we could play football with that. They'd be fine.
And little does BJ know, he brought a case of 4. He has a cool little case like that, but it has 4 in it, so it's a little different. And he left 2 at my house. And
You're gonna break those 2?
well, he's like, "Oh, hey, I left 2 Glencairns at your house." I'm like, well, I broke 4 last weekend. You're not getting those
Yeah.
back.
You're like,
None of
oh,
them.
weird. I haven't seen them. These ones all.
Sorry.
These ones look just like mine, so I assume they're mine. All right, let's get to Uncle Nearest here. Sorry for the delay. Now, Uncle Nearest actually has a fucking spectacular story, and actually, I'm curious. I'm gonna look at something real quick here. No, okay. So Uncle Nearest is actually in reference to a person named Nathan Green. His nickname was Uncle Nearest.
Okay. Name
And
sounds familiar to me.
he started out his life as a slave for Reverend
Nathaniel Green?
I think just Nathan Green.
Okay.
But so there was a guy, a reverend in Tennessee named Dan Call, and he obviously owned slaves, and one slave ran this little small distillery he had. That was Nathan Green, Uncle Nearest. And at one point, a guy named Jasper comes to work for Reverend Call, a white guy, and he gets really fascinated with the distillery, and he wants to go learn everything at the distillery. So apparently he just begged the Reverend to let him go work in the distillery. So he learns everything he knows about distilling from Nathan Green,
Okay.
who brought forth the first sugar maple tree charcoal filter. So he was the one doing the charcoal filtering.
Yeah.
So Jasper, after he learns everything, decides to go out on his own and start his own distillery. And he wanted to name it after himself, but instead of using Jasper, he used the name that everybody called him, Jack.
Okay.
Last name, Daniels.
No way.
Yeah. So Jack Daniels' whole recipe comes from Uncle Nearest.
No way.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
What an awesome story that is. And
How
it's-
cool is that?
Yeah.
Now let's hope it doesn't taste like.
I was going to
Jack
say, if it's Jack
Daniels.
Daniels,
Well-
I'll throw up all over the place right now.
Just do it in the salad bowl.
Then I got to...
Yeah, you'll be taking that back down there.
And actually, if you do that, I'm also going to let you take it with you. Take that with you.
I think that's a good deal, Manny.
It's
It's a nice bowl.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now, it's not Jack Daniels.
It's definitely not
that
Jack
nose
Daniels.
is
Wonderful.
it's a good nose. I get
I don't really smell too much.
I'm having a hard time getting at
really.
a certain distinct...
I'm having a hard time
Sniff.
pinpointing.
yeah.
Yeah,
But it smells good.
It
Yeah.
smells good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong,
I mean,
but
you
I'm
get-
having
you,
a hard...
You get the oak. You get like there's a little char in there, almost like a toasty
Yeah.
smell.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I'm not getting like fruit on it at all.
No.
Maybe
Pancakes.
slight hint of orange.
I was going to say maybe a little orange.
Yeah.
I feel like I've said orange for everything tonight, but...
only,
you
that's
like
only
oranges.
second time.
I do definitely get the char.
Landing an airplane over here.
Sometimes I don't always do the Kentucky Chew with all my bourbons. But when I remember and think, oh yeah, I want to chew this, so I chewed it. That's why I was, making all these weird
Looked like you were
movements.
drawing something.
Yeah, 100 proof. I wanted to mention that before
Yeah.
I took the sip. Remus was also 100. It's interesting. I like it. My initial reaction is I like it. I don't know that it has the mouthfeel of the Redwood,
I agree.
but it's still decent. I'm still trying to kind of place the flavors. I don't want to look up there because I don't want it to like get in my mind and be like, oh yeah, I got that.
It's just I don't need. It's hard to place.
Yeah.
It's
It feels-
to me that's what it is. It's one of those ones that it's hard. Like
It's
good.
bourbon.
I enjoy
it's
it.
good. Not bourbon. It's whiskey. Whatever.
Yeah, it's technically a bourbon.
Right. It's
Is there an age statement on this bad
It's
boy?
good. I just can't pinpoint certain.
and I don't know if
flavors.
it's. I don't want to say it's complex because I don't know if that's the right term. I will say it. It definitely. I like the finish. It comes off. It hits you right away. You can tell it's 100 proof.
Mm-hmm.
And then it dies down. I definitely like the finish.
Yeah,
on this.
it's fairly smooth for a 100 proofer.
Right.
Is this the same proof as the one before?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like I can tell with this one, it's a higher proof, whereas the Remus, I felt like it was. I don't know. I actually thought the Remus was maybe a little bit smoother than this, but I'm not saying it's better necessarily.
I mean, just looking up there, I think,
They're
hey,
both real smooth.
hey, that's. I get. I don't
Hey?
know.
Wait,
Hey.
what does it say? Oh my god!
I kind of.
what-
I can see it.
Smoothest whiskey
Hey, hey,
in
hey.
Tennessee.
Sorry. It's my bad.
You should apologize.
I don't know what's gotten into me today.
I don't know. But I get the. So there's an earthiness to this.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I mean, that's, I think, what's overpowering it for me. Again, though, I don't dislike it. I like it, but there's just not enough in it for me to get excited
There's
about
no
it.
standout.
Yeah. Like,
This. I really
like
get
oh my
this,
God,
yeah.
this nose is amazing, or the mouth feels amazing, or
To me, it's one that I'm excited to try again. You know, on another. I think it might be one of those ones that I'll get more as I get used to it, I guess.
yeah.
But
I'm excited that I have a bottle
yeah,
because I want to keep exploring it.
and tell people that story.
Right. Which is
It's one of the better stories we've had on the podcast.
So Jasper was Jack Daniels,
Yes,
and Uncle Nearest was Nathan Green,
a slave.
who taught Jasper
Yeah,
how to make this.
especially that charcoal filtration system that they still use to this day.
So but they called Nathan Green Uncle Nearest.
Yes, yes.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's what they called him. And he did end up, by the way, I should throw out there, he did end up being a free man,
Nice.
as he should, if
And
you make
I-
good whiskey.
I still think his full name was Nathaniel.
Probably.
It might have been.
There's,
Probably.
There's a lot of Nathans that just go by Nathan. There's a lot of Nates.
Right. But I think he actually wanted to be called Nathaniel.
Yeah, I don't really feel that.
All right.
I think
You can fact check me.
that last taste I had, I feel like I got a little bit of apple on the finish.
It's tough because we're not giving very descriptive notes on it, but I can't pick anything out of it to really say, "Oh, I get this," and that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's one of those ones that's hard.
Yeah.
I think it kind of shows with the notes that are up here. Like they don't have too much up here. I feel,
Caramel,
as opposed to the
apple,
other
hay.
ones.
Oh, well,
I get the
I said
apple.
earthy. Earthy's up there, but I swear I didn't see it before I said it. They're like, yeah, whatever. I'll tell you what I don't get. I don't get a creamy, lush finish.
Caramel and
You don't get the corn outro?
Corn outro. I don't even.
It's like a musical piece.
I get a corn intro.
I like it better
I
with
don't
the
think
water.
you do.
Yeah,
I like it better with the
I
water.
do too.
Still,
I really
can't
do
just
think
put my
I'm
finger
catching an undertone of apple. Like it's not forward, but I think I'm because there's a sweetness in there that I'm trying to
Yeah,
place.
It's definitely
I get the
sweetness.
apple. Yeah, for sure.
I agree with you so much when you say earthy. I mean, that's a perfect way to describe it. Not dirt,
Earthy.
but it's
Right.
earthy.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Earthly.
I don't know what earthy means, but
I
it's
know.
earthy.
but you get wines
tastes like
that are
dirt.
earthy, and people say, well, you're tasting the soil. Well, we're not tasting soil here.
I hope not.
I think we're
not
what
drinking
I
larceny.
think what we're tasting is we're tasting the wood or the char, and it's somewhat has overpowered it a little.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think that's the most forward thing I can get is the char.
Be interesting to see what kind of level of char they did for the barrels.
It would be. Come on, Jacob. Pull that up real quick. I think it's over to the left. Okay, Doug Duxon, smart ass corner.
He looks cool as hell.
Yeah, he is.
God,
That is one dapper dog. I like it. I do. I enjoy it.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it. I don't know if it's my favorite, but
It's definitely
it's solid.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't think you'll be disappointed
I
if
think
you buy it. I don't think there's.
No, I don't think the price point is terrible. It's
No,
not.
I'm,
it's
I'm
not.
happy I have a bottle.
It's not
how
great.
much
It's
is
not
this?
terrible.
It was
55.
55.
I think 50 is definitely
that's not
worth
bad.
having it in your collection.
I would
don't-
say about $10 cheaper would be
Ideal.
I think is
Yeah.
perfect for it.
I think that would be ideal.
Are we of legal age to drink?
I hope so.
Which, by the way, I can't believe I forgot to mention a long time ago. Brady had a birthday yesterday. He is now Michael Jordan / LeBron James.
I would have had a cake here.
Yes. Oh well.
Well, we brought bourbon.
I mean, we can
Yeah,
go
that's better.
We can go to Taco Bell later. That'll be.
I will say I'm jealous of his graduation picture when you're drinking the Widow Jane
Yeah.
and you have the Eagle Rare in your hand.
Yeah.
I showed Pat that last night. He's like, "Wow."
I actually did take a pull of it. My mom took the picture, and afterwards she was like, "Oh, you actually drank it." It's like, yeah.
Why-
I'm not,
are you kidding me? If you
not gonna
put it in front of me, I'm
pretend
going to
to
do
drink
it.
Wow.
Whoa. That's
I'm going to
interesting.
read this because we're just sitting here. Did you know that less than 1% of Uncle Nearest premium whiskey barrels will ever be selected as single barrels? In order to be a candidate for our Uncle Nearest 1820, the whiskey must be aged a minimum of 11 years, with a cask strength above 108, and each one is handpicked by our founders and approved by a panel of whiskey industry professionals. These barrels are exceptionally rare, and the whiskey is worth the wait. Now, that is not the one we have, though.
We have 1856.
56.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, you're figuring it's probably got to be.
58.6 proof percent.
Yeah.
So
I got to be honest. I definitely, because there's a level below this that we know.
Yeah, it's
There it
I
is.
want to say it's a 40 or something like that.
And then
There she is.
if there's a level above this, then I want to try that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Yeah.
especially after reading that. It's
Yep.
apparently super rare, so we'll probably never get it.
Oh no, we'll get it.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, I don't know how we got that.
Well,
Ding dong.
well, and I say that, and
like
I
a
think when
bottle
we
of
first
vinegar.
started this podcast, I think about half the ones that we have on the shelf now we thought we would never get.
Right.
So it's happening.
Right. and we're getting ones that we never even heard of,
Knew
knew
about.
of.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm excited for that old.
we
Carter.
are expanding our horizons.
and diminishing our livers.
Yeah, I can hear Pam now. Like, I'm not sure. I can hear her telling friends
Yeah.
or family members. I know he's really enjoying the podcast. I'm just not sure how much longer he'll be able to do the podcast.
Well, science is progressing at an astounding rate. We might have artificial livers soon.
Oh, could you imagine artificial livers?
I'm in. Yeah. I don't even need to wait for like full testing on that.
Nope.
Not like the vaccine. Sign me up.
Throw it in.
You need a test candidate? I'm in.
Can I get like 3 of them? I actually always tell people when they start asking about the podcast, and because at Garden Grill, people talk to me about the podcast all the time. But when they start asking about it, I'm like, honestly, it gives us a really good reason to drink a lot of bourbon.
It does, and a lot of different types of bourbon that we would otherwise probably never attempt to drink because you tend to stay in your cocoon.
Yeah.
If you're just drinking bourbon for the sake of drinking bourbon because you like it, well, you're going to probably have 10 to 12 that you really like.
Yeah.
And you're probably just mainly going to stick with those.
Yep.
Even when you order it at a bar, you're out at a liquor store. But this has really not forced us, trust me.
It's not like you had
twisting your
Right.
arm.
Didn't have to twist our arm very far.
But when I'm driving to Philly and I stop at 4 different liquor stores on my drive from here to there,
Right.
and in my mind, I'm doing it for the sake of the podcast.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, you never know what I'm going to find, period. It's exciting.
It is. It is exciting. For some reason, people that work in liquor stores hate us bourbon hunters, but I don't care.
It's a game. It's fun.
Yeah, it's a lot.
No, it is.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
It is. Because you never know. You pop in a little small
True.
hole in the wall.
Right.
They might have everything.
That's right.
I used to be into craft beer like that, kind of the same way, and I got to tell you, I enjoy the bourbon way more because I really never thought when I started this whole bourbon thing when you told me like, oh hey, it's bourbon now, not scotch, and I think the first good bottle I got was E.H. Taylor small batch, and loved it right away. But I never expected to actually drink a liquor and be able to like pick out notes from it.
Yeah.
That was something that never even crossed my mind would ever happen in my life.
Yeah.
And as my palate keeps progressing, it gets exciting.
It does.
Like all of a sudden you'll have breakthroughs.
Yeah.
You're just like, holy shit, I taste apple. I
Right.
taste this.
Right.
You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I remember the first time my palate took a jump was with Buffalo Trace, and I was blowing you up. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. Because it just blows you away that a $25 to $27 bourbon can be that complex and that good.
Yeah. Nice
Hello.
Nice.
flip. Coming at you.
We'll keep the same order. Oh, I mean,
I'm very
I-
excited for this.
I am forever an
very
optimist.
excited.
Okay, forever an optimist. I am concerned about my optimism for this bourbon for a lot of reasons. One, the price tag.
Yeah.
2, it's like just blindingly saying, just get it. Just get it.
I got to tell you, I'm excited for this one too because when you first messaged me about it, I didn't realize what it like. I thought it was like a $30 or $40 bottle, but you paid what for it?
$170.
$170.
Well, okay, to be honest, $169.98.
Okay.
Boy, yeah.
I appreciate that because I don't like when you lie to me.
I know. I didn't want it to come out later.
But
I can't trust him anymore. That was my quiver voice.
Podcast over. And then I looked it up, and I was like, holy shit, this thing's selling for fucking $400 on here. So,
Wow.
I like the color. We haven't really talked much about color tonight. I like this color.
actually, it is. Yeah.
It's like yellow. No, it's not yellow.
It's not yellow. It's not yet.
I'm like trying to move it. Like, what light is he looking at it in?
I would classify it as
That was a joke.
3 days without water hangover.
So me on Tuesday.
I will say it's a little lighter than I thought it would have been for the proof.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah. My
Reminder,
urine-
106.5. We are now into the big
Boy.
bourbons.
Ooh.
That might have been the best ones you guys ever done. That was smooth.
It's
Smooth.
smooth. Real smooth. What am I getting on this nose?
I know I
like
said a
bourbon.
lot. I get orange. Well, I get orange.
Yeah, there's orange there for sure. I mean, there's no doubt.
It's weird. Tonight, like, the main thing I'm getting on everything's nose, except for the first one, is just, like, wood and char.
I agree with you. I for a second I was worried that something was wrong with me.
Yeah, right.
No,
But
I'm like, why?
I'm not getting any distinctive.
Things on the nose.
No.
Except for the first one, I definitely got cherry.
Right. No, I think the first one was the most.
So these are part of the reason why they're so expensive. I should give a little history about this. So Mark and Mary. I must have Mary on the mind. I don't know. Mark and Sherry Carter
Pam in the building.
are the owners of Old Carter.
Okay.
Hi.
Is that like an insult from his wife to him? Like, hey, you
Yeah.
old bastard.
So they actually got ownership and partnered with the people that make Kentucky Owl.
Oh.
So they decided that they enjoyed this business so much. Well, first of all, stepping back, they originally are Napa winemakers,
Okay.
and they make a high-end cab, among other wines, and it's by Carter Vineyards. But I don't know what their labels actually go by. If Carter's actually in the label on the wines, decided to get into the other end of it, and got partnership with Kentucky Owl. And as that became very popular and very expensive, decided to branch off and do their own, which is Old Carter. That's 2017.
Okay.
So since then, they've put out 6 batches of either their standard bourbon or their rye. And they're working on like much older bourbons that they're going to actually distill themselves. These are blends. This is from 8
I was going
different...
to say it has to be a blend if it was just 2017.
ago.
Yeah.
This is from 8 different barrels. But part of the reason why it's priced as high as it is there's only like 1,600 of these bottles.
Oh.
Wow.
So each batch that they come out with is anywhere from 1,000 to like 2,200
Yeah.
at the most.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it,
So that's... I think that's important to know because
husband
someone's
picked
like,
up a bottle.
$170. Like,
yeah.
what?
Well, but yeah, if it's that rare, I mean, that's rare.
Rare.
Yeah. Actually, should I get you a glass? I have Coke Zero. I have... You good?
Can we get
Okay.
a score update? Score update?
Well.
Very complex.
Very
A
complex.
lot going on.
This has got Pat Speets written
is-
all
this
over it. You better text him now. Get him
Actually,
over
his
here.
name is right there.
Another little, before we get into the flavors, another little nugget that I found out is that the label has a horse on it. The horse,
why are you saying it like that?
horse?
Horse.
Horse.
What? What are you saying to me?
I'm trying to pronunciate.
Pronunciate.
That's what I'm saying. No,
So
really,
there's
it's not that bad.
There's whores on.
I thought
the
he
front
said,
of
I'm
the
trying to
bottle.
pronounce the 8. I was like, what?
Right, there's an 8. There's also an 8 on the label. So there's an actual wood carving from Sherry Carter,
Okay.
who's the wife.
All right.
She carves.
She like
She's a
sherry
wood
wines.
carver on the side.
on the side. It's a little side gig she got
Side
going
gig.
on.
She's a whore.
Pure.
I'm gonna guess that old Carter's not gonna send us any bottles.
Probably not, unless he hates his wife.
So that's the label. It's the wood carving of
That
it.
escalated quickly.
Wow. it did.
What just happened?
He's pronunciating.
Yeah, I'm gonna find something for her here.
I think you should just go neat, Pam. It.
Well, I want some of this.
Oh yeah. Well, I have right there. You wanted it?
Is that the Sazerac?
Yeah.
It is the Sazerac. But I'm not going to put it in Diet Coke.
It's the Tesseract.
Oh no.
I like this
I have
a lot.
Glen Cairns right
Yeah,
there.
I like it
I
a
like
lot.
this a lot. It's different.
So let's talk about it. I know I was.
We got sidetracked.
I was getting off on some tangents there.
I mean, like right when I took a sip, it was just like an explosion of all sorts of things.
Easy now, Tiger.
I'm throwing you an alley oop there.
I appreciate it. I need to get it in at least once per podcast.
I get a lot of chocolate. That might sound crazy, but I get chocolate.
Chocolate's one thing that I have a hard time getting out of my bourbons, and it's probably just because my taste buds for that are just.
I get a lot of it.
What?
I see that
I-
for sure.
For me,
Or I don't see it. I
it
taste
probably translates to me as creaminess.
Okay. I can see
It's
that.
creamy, and I love this mouthfeel.
The mouthfeel's spectacular.
It's buttery for days.
Yeah.
I mean, lather me up.
Lather me up.
Yeah.
Throw me in the pen.
Oh man. stick a
Sit-
stalk of parsley in my armpit.
I don't know what I walked into.
But you like it.
Yeah, did you just say parsley on your armpit?
Yeah, because he's saying butter me up, throw me in the pen. I'm like, and then put a stalk of parsley in his armpit.
It just makes sense, bro.
Yeah, that's
That's what
logical.
Yeah.
Really logical.
Man, that's good.
There's a lot going on. I'm having a hard time.
It's definitely.
Distinguishing.
I mean, it's definitely one where I'm gonna have to have it again.
I
You don't say.
I want to say it's maple, but because I think that's a sweetness I'm getting from this. I'm getting a good amount of sweetness from all of these, which I'm really enjoying, oddly. But it also has a nice spiciness to it.
It does.
Man,
And there's one thing I read on there that I totally agree with. It's begging for another sip.
yeah.
Like you get done with it and you're like, oh, I got to try that again. And
That
I'm
is
getting
so accurate.
and I'm getting a little more out of every sip that I have.
It's one of those things where I can't place it. So, like you say, you take another sip. What do I taste? What do I taste? It something else. Something else.
Mm-hmm.
How do you?
I really encourage to do the Kentucky Chew on this one because normally when you do the Kentucky Chew with most bourbons, not all, most, you get a lot of burn on the side of your mouths, gums. Now, some of that might have to do with normal age gingivitis. You know, I'm dealing with a lot of different things in my mouth. But in the case of this Kentucky Chew, I mean, I am getting zero burn out of this.
It's definitely nowhere near the amount of burn you typically get.
I mean, it's 106 proof.
Yeah. Man, that's fucking good.
I just read the palette,
Yeah.
and at the end it says creme brulee.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
That's kind of spot
Right
on.
there. Toasted sugar
Yeah.
on the creme brulee. That's perfect.
Right, that's
yeah.
spot on.
And very little alcohol burn. I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
The nose is quite beautiful. Thank you.
Sure. Not parsley with under your armpits.
That's Dave's gig.
I just like to be lathered in butter.
Browned to a crisp.
So, to anybody out there,
If you want to make your way to his heart, show up with 6 sticks of butter
there might
and
be,
some parsley.
I think there might be a site for that, Dave.
a fetish site.
Yeah.
This is one I do not want to add water to.
I didn't, and I won't, and I don't care what you think about it.
I think we all agree with that decision. I think you're good.
Boy, I just want to have some more, but I know we got to move on.
I don't want to add water to, but I'm probably going to, just to see if it brings something else out. Now, when
I probably should. I'll add a little
Yeah,
more.
you should.
Yeah.
That's irresponsible.
Yeah.
Now, when I have my second glass, I'm not going to add water to it.
Well, I don't believe I said that anyone could have a second.
I looked at you after I said it with my eyes real big.
Can I have a second glass?
But it's so good. Come on. It is. I don't 170s. That's steep.
Steep.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? We'll see.
Well, it seems like it seems like it says, as for the price tag, 200 isn't going to be for everyone, and that's okay. So it looks like you might have got a deal.
Yeah. And I gotta think they're having a little trouble moving it off the shelves. But when there's only 1,600 bottles,
Yeah.
The water, you should add water. It definitely.
well, as soon as Brady lets go of the damn ecstasy bottle that he's fondling,
He really is. I'm not sure what's happening here.
okay.
You're going to have a 50-50 over there.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
I hate to say it, but I kind of like it with the water. As bad as that sounds, I know that's sacrilege, but
Well, and it's not like you put
No,
a
I
lot of
like it,
water
man.
in it, right?
no,
I
it
mean,
was
you're-
2 drops.
Yeah.
I like water.
Good for you.
Gatorade.
I have to say, it caught my eye in the top right corner of the screen. There is a pair of socks with 2020 sucks, and it's the numbers go into a middle finger. those are that's great.
That's really impressive.
Yeah.
Actually, I actually want that on a shirt.
Yeah, and it's got to be on a shirt. Whoever came up with that is a genius.
Genius.
I've been looking at those.
What did you do?
For probably a half hour.
I missed.
Yeah.
And I just realized that it's the year. that's
Flat
the
out
most
missed.
good.
So Manny,
I've done that.
I don't disagree. The water actually brought out more, dare I say, not maybe chocolate. How about cocoa? How's that sound?
Thinking that. Yeah. Thinking it isn't actually the right term, because I was sitting there like, what am I getting now that I added the water? And then as soon as you said it, I was like, that's it.
All right. And the next, Pam doesn't even know this, but the next cat we get name is going to be Coco.
No, we're not
Why?
getting any more. So,
Oh, yeah. Oh, you and I both know that is just not true.
Why Coco?
She will meet the cat and then be like, there's no way we can't have this cat.
I've just always wanted to say, come on, fucking Coco.
It's a weird thing to have always wanted.
I'm on board. When you guys get this cat,
Get off me, Coco.
When you guys get this cat, that's going to be the first thing I say when I walk in the door.
Fucking
Go on, get. Go on, get, Coco.
Oh, my
This is
God.
delicious.
It's hard to move on to the next.
I have high hopes for the
yeah,
next.
I'm excited for this bottle of vinegar here. This
Yeah, it
is
looks
gonna
like if
be
you go to an
nice.
Italian restaurant and what they pour into your little dish to dip the butter in, or butter the bread in.
Yeah, the
Yes.
olive oil or whatever.
That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
My dad told me be careful about this when it sneaks up on you.
Well, he's as I told him that night, that
God.
day, I said, this is considered a big boy bourbon. And so later in the day, now I didn't really have much. But he really liked it. He had a couple. I just tasted it because I knew I can't remember where we were going, but we were going to dinner or something. And later on that night, he texted me, "That was a big boy bourbon, and I am a child."
I want that text framed and put on the wall.
Fantastic.
Actually, that's a good idea, Dave. I think you should actually do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you, I would really love it if you screenshotted that, and I want to put that on.
I'm going to do it right now. So it will live in infamy.
I'm going to put it on one of these walls.
Yep. Perfect.
All right, are we gonna do it? We're gonna move on.
Yeah.
And here it is, word for word. No, I sent him. He wanted to know the name of it again.
Yeah.
So this is last Sunday at 5:20 p.m. Noah's Mill, and his response was, "That is definitely a big boy bourbon, and I am a child." I love it.
That's amazing.
He called me. He's like, "You gotta try this. Yes, it's good. It's so good." He goes, "It doesn't even taste like alcohol. It doesn't burn at all."
It's got to be awesome when your dad calls you to tell you to, like, you got to try this
He
whiskey.
can't drink bourbon. He hates bourbon.
Really?
He's not a bourbon guy.
What does he drink?
But he's like one of those closet bourbon drinkers.
If you pull out a good bottle, he's like Charlie. You pull out a good bottle, he'll drink it.
Yeah, he will.
What does he typically drink? Crown Royal, Apple.
No, he's got some
Vodka.
good bourbons.
He's like Jameson.
You guys were like, Jacob's like, yeah. Jake's like, yeah, that's what he drinks.
We have a decent collection now at the home.
Casa de
homestead,
Man Fresca.
I can't call it home anymore, but they have a
Always
decent
your home.
I don't know. They're
Actually,
They're putting
get
that
the fuck
basement in for you.
yeah. That's during COVID. My dad wore a mask around me all day.
Yeah, I mean, Manny, you're dirty.
I called him. Manny's dad was kind enough to drive us over tonight, and when I got in the car, I was like, "Do I need to have a mask on?" He's like, "It's up to you." He's like, "I wear it because of Manny." I was like, "Oh yeah, he is a cesspool."
There's a lot of diseases inside of him.
that? Wow, Thanks, guys.
I know.
Thanks.
Just when you think you've been built
I
up,
thought we crossed this bridge already.
tear back down.
Is that orange and vanilla?
Orange, vanilla, cinnamon.
Yeah. This is the
Cherry.
best. This is the best,
Best
nose.
nose by far. Most distinctive.
All
nose
right,
by far.
all right.
Blackberry.
Easy now.
Wait till you smell it.
I mean, I'm not even putting it up to my nose. It is wafting.
Me and Manny immediately looked at each other like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
I've never seen bourbon in a bottle like this before. This is literally like a wine bottle.
Yeah. There are others.
Oh, that old Baker's.
There
bottle.
are others. Yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Boy,
That
isn't
nose
it? The
is-
nose is crazy. Crazy in love.
At least it wasn't a Spice Girls song. That nose is one I just want to. I'm
This is a great nose.
yeah. I
Yeah,
don't want to
sexy
taste it
nose.
yet because I'm
It
afraid
is
it's
a
not.
sexy nose. That's a good way
That's
to
a
put it.
great way to put it. It's sexy as fuck. I don't want to. I'm afraid to taste it.
I am too.
Because I'm like, man, I
But
want
I've
to.
had it.
Yeah, but if that nose.
I mean, we could.
Good. But not out of Glencairn.
Yeah. But if that taste doesn't match up to the nose, I'm going to be sad.
I know.
Is
We
it,
could
We've
just
had that
pour it-
happen. Woodford.
Yes. Yep.
is it
We could
crazy?
just pour it right into the salad bowl. Make it better for Manny and I later.
All right.
Yeah, we just
I'd like to
dump a
get
little
just
bit of
chunks
this
in there
We'll just
first,
take
but
the
go ahead.
Ocean's 22 and just pour it all in there. I say cake. Do you get a cake smell?
okay,
I don't know
yeah.
if that's a technical term, but
It is.
I've
We've seen it.
Yep,
Yeah.
I've seen it on there. Are
I'd
we
say-
talking now? Are we talking birthday cake, or just cake in general?
is
Like
there a
the,
difference?
like a sweet frosting.
We're talking Brady's cake yesterday.
All right.
So birthday cake.
Why
Okay.
were you sniffing his cake?
I said it. I knew it sounded rough. I was hoping no one would take it that way.
I have cake.
Forgot
every
where
day,
I
Manny.
was.
I have cake every day. That's all I got is cake.
I'd say it
I'm
smells
uncomfortable
logical.
with all the cake talk. It's too much cake talk. Why are they talking about cake? They're drinking bourbon.
Is that Jim Gaffigan?
Yeah, the last part was.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
That's the sweetness you get on the nose is exactly the sweetness you get on the palate. It doesn't start that way, but it finishes that way. Cinnamon is definitely there.
It is.
Cinnamon. Oh, a lot
And
of
here's-
cinnamon.
Yeah.
And now I remember it very well, and it wasn't that long
A lot
ago.
of spices. I'm sorry. A lot
Little
of
of a-
spices are starting to come through.
Yeah, it was about a week ago
Lingers,
that I had
too.
it. Love it. Liked it a lot then. But do you not get like just a hint, or not a hint, but more like there's a floralness to it,
Little.
a flowerness to it,
Plurality.
florality.
Look at you.
I don't
Did
think
you
it-
make that up?
I don't think it's a word.
Rhymes with plurality. And I'm pronunciating.
I got to tell you, I think what you're describing as floral for me is what it says allspice, because after it lingered
The
for a
linger,
while,
yes, that's
after it
exactly
lingered for a
what
while,
I
I
was
was like,
gonna
man, I feel like I'm getting like a ton of different like
You get
cabinet
more
spices.
flavor.
Yes.
As it sits, the finish is just overwhelming with
It just keeps
everything.
going.
And that could be the cake too, because you could also say baking spices, right?
Yeah, man, what's the MSRP on that?
64.
Why am I talking like this?
So
Really high.
it says 60. I paid 70 for it.
Man,
I think I don't think you're gonna find it for less than 70.
I got
because
it for
it's
$64.99.
you little bitch.
But it's for my dad, so shh, it's a Christmas gift.
I will also.
He won't listen to this.
No.
So-
And if
I
he
will.
does,
beep it out. Just beep this whole part out.
I will also take one of those.
I already ordered.
Oh,
it.
you ordered it. I thought
Yeah.
you got it in Cleveland.
No, you,
So
you
listen.
can't get this
No.
in Ohio.
so
I checked.
dude Kessler, who his bottle was originally how I had it, and he said that his understanding was that you can only get it in Kentucky, or you can order it online.
Right. Man,
But good luck finding it online. But
Yeah.
obviously Manny did and found it for less than a friend of mine found it for in Kentucky.
yeah, Kentucky's not great for pricing, honestly.
No. And it shouldn't be.
They got you by the cojones. They know
Yeah.
it.
Man,
All I have in this life is my word
And my balls.
and my boss. Pam, I haven't said it in a while, so I
Man.
couldn't remember the
I
exact.
literally just said it to John Tucker tonight at work.
I will say these last two are two that I feel like you need to drink multiple times to actually get everything that they put out. There's
This
just
is-
so much going on with these last two that
Yeah.
we had.
man, this one has really blown my socks off.
I get so many layers of flavors on it. It's crazy.
It's insane. This is like a complex wine.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I had Camus for the first time last night.
Oh.
And at first, I didn't really like it because it's a cab, so it's supposed to be dry, you know.
And it's not.
And it's not. It's very sweet.
Yeah.
But what I noticed is, as I was sitting there drinking it, my mouth started to then get the dryness.
Right. Because there is dryness there. It's sweet
Yeah.
dry, let's call it.
Yeah,
But the vanilla can overpower you.
it is so much vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
Like as soon as I smelled it, I was like, "Well, that's just vanilla."
Yeah.
But
that's their trademark.
Yeah.
Camus's trademark.
I ended up liking it. At first, I was really thrown off, but I ended up liking it, and it's an easy drinker.
Right.
Expensive.
Brady, come on. Get your 2 cents in here.
With that last taste I just had, I think I tasted some nuts. I don't know if you guys.
No, there's
feel that way
definitely
at all.
these nuts.
Dab nuts.
No, just nuts in general, Manny.
There are nuts in there. There's a nuttiness in there. I'm not sure.
I'm sorry. I almost choked on the bourbon. I saw him building up to that as soon as he saw it. As soon as he said it, he was.
I've given you guys multiple opportunities to
Alley-oops.
say something really funny.
I could see you. I could see Manny
He's
out of the
either going finger roll, waiting for it to be swatted, or he's throwing the slow balls. Softball pitch.
I could see Manny out of the corner of my eye, and I about spit bourbon everywhere.
I mean, you said it perfectly.
Did I get a lot of
I did.
nuts?
I need to go to church tomorrow.
Oh boy. Yeah.
No. I don't think.
This is church.
I don't know if they want you there, man.
You filthy animal.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Planet of the Apes. Charlton Heston.
Well, what I know from Home Alone.
Oh. So, and I'm older than you, so now I'm getting to
Not
it.
by a lot, right?
No.
Yeah, a lot.
17 years.
He was like, no, I'm old as fuck. It doesn't feel like you're that much older than me. I don't know what it is.
The original line, what that's from, is from Planet of the Apes, Charlton Heston, 1970.
Gangster movie.
No.
Planet of the Apes.
That's why I thought it was going to be weird, because I do know the Planet of the Apes. I thought maybe there was a gangster movie called that, because when he plays the movie on Home Alone, it's a gangster movie.
Yeah.
And he's shooting up. I know.
Yeah,
you gotta
so
remember that part of Home
where
Alone.
they got that line from, the
Okay.
original movie they got that line from was the original Planet of the Apes, Charlton Heston, who was in 10 Commandments,
Love that.
a lot of stuff. Charles
Hall of Fame, yeah. So he gets caught by the apes, and they are like corralling him into a cage. And of course, these are apes, right? And they're talking, and everything's backwards, 180 degrees. And at some point, he says because at this point, they haven't seen a white person or a human, period, that can speak. And they go to grab him, and he says, "Take your hands off me, you filthy animal." And they're all just like, "He speaks, they speak, they can speak." And it just blew their minds. Do you remember that, Pam?
Yes.
I need to go back to that one.
Should I have not told that on the podcast?
No, I think that was
Maybe
good.
a bad idea.
That was way more appropriate than some.
It's just I was waiting for a nice build up.
Right,
Oh, and then
you're questioning whether or not that should have been on the air with all the other shit we say.
You said rape 10 minutes into the.
all right,
easy now.
I thought the context was correct.
We pretty much always talked about rape when we talk about Jefferson's Ocean.
right? Because we know damn well it's going on.
Pirates, yeah, pirate rape.
It's Jefferson Ocean's dirty little secret.
Well, and they're no longer going to like our stuff.
No.
Trey likes us, I think.
I think so. He gets a kick out of it.
Yeah.
So Jefferson's Old Carter, we're not getting sponsored by them.
That's just
No, I think we still have a fighting chance with Jefferson.
I agree.
Old
I think
Carter,
that ship
that's going
has
to be
sailed.
that's going to be a tough
Yeah,
sell.
you really disrespected some people.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough sell. It's going to be a tough sell. When you're calling Sherry Carter a whore, that's going to be a tough sell. It's going to be a tough sell.
Wait, I'll tell you what. This is an interesting. I mean, we've been good for like a lot of it, and then we'll go off for like a 5-minute rant, and we just go off the
like-
deep end. Then we bring it back.
Blowing up bridges.
and then building them back up.
I've been building it back up. I'm sure your wife's a nice lady for a whore.
Jesus, Maria and Joseph.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
No, it's Jesus.
Jesus, Maria and Joseph.
What are you looking at me for? All right.
Okay.
Are we ready for some rankings?
Oh,
No, we're not, because I'm going to pee.
Wait. We don't need an elaborate. Like, oh, I have to go shave Ghost real quick. Wait, it's her 10 o'clock shaving.
I was gonna say I gotta go wash the beard oil out of my face because it's messing with my smell.
I'm curious to see everybody's rankings with this. I think we're all going to be very, very similar, but
I have no idea.
I think there's
I
going
like
to be
the
a
I
ball.
think
little
there's
bit
a
of difference.
distinct. I think half of them that we're all.
I know
on the
which
same
one's
page.
last. I know which one's last.
Two stand above
I agree.
the other four.
Right.
But there's one
To be
of-
expected.
To be expected. There's one of the other four that surprisingly is not far behind. Which, again, I agree. There might be a little, here and there, but I think for the most part we'll probably be pretty close.
I would imagine. I think we're going to interchange a few here and there, but
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
It's-
try that Redwood
So-
again.
I just poured myself one.
A couple podcasts ago, well, the podcast that Pat was on is funny. So Pat brings this bourbon that we weren't planning on having it on, so we kind of put it behind the bottles. And so we decided at the very end which one you want.
Have one of these too. No. Okay.
So we decided at the end, okay, we're gonna try it. So Dave hates it.
I listened to it. I was.
Yeah. And so Tommy, the perfect antagonist that he is, puts it number one. And then Dave's he's like a sad little child over here.
Well, I love how Pat prefaces. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. You gotta have a couple. It's different.
It was more angry than sad because
Yeah.
I was for sure everyone in this room was.
You were wanting to fight.
I thought you guys, I for real thought you guys all discussed this beforehand and were fucking with me. I really, really did. But
No.
it is also my favorite part of that podcast. It's so funny when I went back and watched it. Because I'm not kidding. Like, that was not... When I was losing my shit about you guys fucking with me, I for real thought you guys were all conspiring
I know you
to
did.
fuck with me.
And I was trying to convince you we weren't, and then that made it worse.
Yes. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. That's definitely the worst bourbon I've ever had. Nobody's going to tell me that that's... And the best part, too, is they're like, I think you might be wrong.
You know, I will say, listening to it, it seems like they're trying to root for it. They're rooting for
Right.
it. They're like,
I didn't want Pat more than anything. I didn't want him to feel bad about bringing it.
He doesn't care.
No, I don't think he cared at all. And I'm still extremely glad he brought it. Like, my reaction alone, I don't care if it would have been his reaction or your reaction, but that reaction alone is worth the fact of the bottle being there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what we do here. We're here to see what our
that's-
reactions are to these bourbons.
That's the point of it.
And when something is so drastic, whether it's good or bad, it's entertainment.
Yep. There's no doubt. Which, by the way,
Actually, I want this too.
Dave and I did not plan us both wearing these shirts. Now, I know on the surface.
I mean,
But
I
we
feel like I'm
have
out
the
of place.
exact one on.
yeah, I know on the surface you guys are probably like, oh, they were
Well, here's the
texting.
worst part.
They were gay texting each other all day long.
I almost wore the gray one.
We do
today.
that with bourbon, not shirts.
That
That would have been bad if I
nice,
wore the
man.
gray one and you guys both wore the black ones. But
Yeah,
this
we would've-
wasn't on purpose. But the shirt is fitting.
Right,
What does
right.
it say?
Drink like a champion today.
Well, that is very fitting because that is exactly what we do on Bastards of Bourbon.
Drink like champions every day.
If you would have worn the gray one though, Manny, we would have had to have had an orgy.
I just didn't see it going that
I almost died.
Not what I
just-
pictured, but
that went from first base to home plate like in a second.
If it's
I just-
okay with you guys, I would actually rather drink the bowl.
I
No
just
matter.
like hearing reactions like that. I like it.
Oh, no, it was good. I tell your joke all the time. I actually told it at the wine bar last night.
Chickpea.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
It's the easiest,
I-
best
so-
joke there is.
It is.
Last time I told it, the couple of people I was telling it to didn't think it was a joke. They were like, "Wait, has that happened to you?" I was like, "It's."
Well, I got to tell you.
No, but regardless, it's a joke.
Yeah, well, and I got to tell
Doesn't
you,
matter.
when I told her to Valley Wine, we were all pretty drunk, and it went into some weird places afterwards.
Yeah, it's a good icebreaker.
Yeah, people were like, you'd love it if I peed on you. And I'm like, what's happening?
Let's get to the rankings. We're going way south quickly.
And if you don't know the joke, then go back and watch the previous episodes because we're not fucking doing it again.
All right, so
I thought he was going to go right into the joke. I really did.
nope. You've heard me tell it. I did give Brady credit when I did tell it
Yes.
on the podcast.
Oh, I very much announced it after I said it last night because things got weird. Yeah. I was like, that's a Brady joke.
God damn it.
And now people are like, would you just tell the damn joke?
I don't know, but stop caressing the arm of this
Well,
thing.
it was a little dusty.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm having
All right.
way too much fun. All right, so who we starting with today?
All right.
Manny.
All right. I think
Which, by the way, I'm going to have a little more Old Carter while we do these. Okay, I just want to make sure.
all of ours are going to be pretty similar to an extent. Are we doing? All right, yeah. Okay, so
Start with one.
my favorite, which I think might
I'm sorry, real quick. Did you go back to this?
I did not.
go.
I might. All right.
That's the side I didn't drink from. Taste that real quick.
My number one is.
Just kidding.
It's tough. I really want to.
The top three are tough.
I
for me
really
on
want
this.
to just throw a wild card in there, but
That wild. I think I know what you're talking about because the top three are
it's
tough for
tempting.
me.
But I really like the Old Carter. Old Carter was my number one.
Yeah.
There was just something about the Old Carter that I just wanted to keep drinking it. I don't know if it's because I couldn't pick out distinct flavor. There's so much going on.
It for sure is.
I will
something
say
need to
It
keep
begs for another sip.
For the price point,
the
I
seriousness
would
of it.
have a bottle on the shelf. It's high, in my opinion. It's
Here's my question. If you're saying that, how do you feel about that compared to Stag Jr.?
Stag Jr. blows it out of the water, in my opinion.
Oh, Jesus.
Stag Jr. was candy.
God damn. Okay. I'm not saying
Hey,
you're
I
right or wrong.
I respect that. I
Yeah.
haven't had it, so I can't.
And we're talking Stag
You've
Jr.
had
is
Stag Jr.
130. Oh, no, Stag.
Stag. Just-
Stag Jr.
yes.
Oh, okay, no. Never mind. I thought we were talking about Stag.
No, Stag Jr.
Bam. Next.
Oh, they're close.
And we'll pay 150, 170 for Stag Jr., no problem.
That now that you say that, that's a
That's why I'm saying.
predicament here.
That's why I brought it up, because I have no issue paying 150 to
I would
170 for
I
Stag
would
Jr.
rather have this than Stag Jr. I think.
So then you're willing to pay the 170.
After having Stag, like I said, Stag ruined me.
And I'm
That
feeling,
regular
I'm,
Stag,
and,
yeah.
and I'm feeling like this now might not be. This might actually be a really good price for it. But this is not. This is not my ranking. It's yours.
Yeah.
Well, so Old Carter, my number one. I like the horse, whatever the hell it is on the front. I mean,
Likes the
It's a wooden horse.
likes
It's a
the-
wooden horse.
He likes the
horse.
Don't forget, she's a nice
I was
lady.
pronunciating.
My number two, I really wanted to throw a wild card in here, but I can't. The Noah's Mill was solid. I will be honest, I'm not as high on it as you guys were.
Okay.
Oh, really?
I guess for the price point, it's very solid, very good for
For
the
that price
point.
point, that's ridiculous, in my opinion.
It was good. I don't know. I can't. I'm having. I don't know if it's just me today, but I'm having a hard time to like actually get distinct flavors out of anything we drank today. There was two that that hit me, and it was the
Yes.
Empire Redwood and actually the Old Carter. Those were the two that.
The only two I got distinct, could really register distinct flavors from was the Redwood and the Noah Mill.
So I might be crazy, but those are the two, and then close third. I mean, I was very tempted to throw Empire Redwood way up there for $44. Buy it, buy it, buy it.
Yeah.
You got to factor it in. I mean, that's
I mean,
huge.
That's a
it is
massive-
fantastic for the
That-
price.
that.
Yeah,
I even
that's
went
the-
back and tried it, and it was
so did I.
It's why I made him do it because it, like when you go back and you remember, like even after all those ones we just had and you went back to it, you still picked it up. You still picked up those
Get a
delicious
case.
flavors.
When you go back,
get a case.
get a case.
yeah, honestly, get as much of it as you fucking can.
I'll take
We'll get that,
I'll take 3 or 4.
and
I mean,
we'll literally.
Pam's gonna love it. She hasn't even tried it yet.
I'll be honest. I'll put
She's
this
gonna
above a
love it.
lot of stuff. I mean, in
A
general,
lot of
not
stuff.
even just this podcast. In general, the things I have,
To me, this is the most impressive price point I have seen in a
and
while.
that was the one that I had the least optimism for.
Yeah.
I was just like, we'll see how this goes. But
Right.
that was
We weren't even sure we were gonna put it in the lineup.
phenomenal.
That's the best price point I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
That drink's like an $80 bourbon.
Right.
I agree.
And I'll tell you what, one that we've done before, and it's completely different. I'm not comparing the two, but price point wise, Sazerac Rye.
Yes.
That's same. Yes.
I mean, that's a $27 bottle of rye that drinks like better than $50 or $60, $70
Agreed.
bottles.
it's a great comparison.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
got a long neck too. Look at that neck.
That's the giraffe of rye whiskeys. He looks at the camera like,
That's
huh?
to your point.
Yeah.
This Redwood stands up against this old Carter, which is 3 times the amount, and easily to this Noah's Mill.
I mean, I almost wanted to put it number
what?
2.
Oh, I
Not
thought
1, 2. I mean, I was.
Yeah.
so you didn't put it 2.
I mean, this is.
he put it 3.
Okay,
put it
so
3.
you got
Noah's
you got
Mill, too.
what?
Carter, Noah's. All right,
Yeah.
It's like a. I know you don't do 1A, 1B, but
you can do that.
that's
fine.
kind
You
of
just don't let Tommy
Yeah.
and Jeff do it.
right.
all right. Continuing down the line, my number 4 was the Remus.
I real quick back to the Redwood just for a second because I want to say as soon as you said you might really throw something out there, I knew exactly what you were talking about because I had the same notion in my head. Sorry, I had to throw that out there though.
It's solid.
Yeah.
My number 4 was Remus. It was good. I don't know if it's worth $90.
$90 is a little rough.
You know, it's nice to have on the shelf,
Yes.
and
It's a shelf lover.
It was the second time I had it. It got better, so I'm hoping if I drink it again, it'll improve.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it's one of the bottles that to me, it's definitely worth a first time purchase. It's
Right.
whether or not you're gonna pay the $90 the second
Just for
time.
the story and just kind of where
Right.
it comes from, the distillery.
Mm-hmm.
My 5th is the Uncle Nearest. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's a run of the mill. I think I'd rather have just Jefferson's Reserve for the price point,
Yeah.
something like that. I mean, it's just.
Well, I was gonna say you have to like that price point better than the Rebus price point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It didn't do anything. It didn't, one way or the other, it didn't sway me. It was just,
Yep.
as you guys would say, meh.
Yeah.
Meh. Yeah. And the last one, this is damn near Yellowstone. The Ocean's 22 was horrendous. I'm sorry, Trey.
Oh my god.
$90 for that piece of shit?
Oh, we are off the Christmas list.
No, it tastes like
List.
garbage. I know you guys don't like it, but I'm going to be
List.
honest. I think everybody felt the same way. Very underwhelming. Very
Very underwhelming.
just. It didn't even taste like anything. It was like water.
I don't think it's.
I do like water.
I'll dive into it all mine instead of diving into it now. But
Yeah,
the price point
same.
is the real killer there.
Right.
All right.
All right,
Brady.
B-Dog.
All right. Well,
He's been 23 for 1 day and 12 hours.
Better come out like the great.
3-hour nap.
so
3
was-
heavy
it was
Sicilian
not-
pieces of pizza.
it was a 1-hour nap,
Oh,
Here we go.
but I did wake up and I thought it was 5 in the morning.
I missed the podcast.
It's a good nap. I'll tell you what.
man.
Sounds like a
It's
small
one of those.
coma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, I woke up and I couldn't really move. My left arm was completely dead. It was behind my head.
How were you sleeping?
Like that. Yeah. I couldn't move my arm for about 2 minutes. So number 1, I think, is Old Carter.
Okay, number 1, Old Carter.
Even though Miss Carter's she gets around a little bit, but
Yeah, they hate
but-
us.
But that doesn't matter.
that
like-
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm not here to judge
Yeah.
If
people.
anything, that
The
makes it
bourbon
more.
tastes good. It doesn't matter.
You made the point. Maybe her husband doesn't like her. So
Yeah, he could actually love us.
Like somebody finally said it. Been thinking it
God.
for years.
Send them 7 cases.
Seriously, though, we would like some cases. All right.
So I had a little bit of the Redwood again because I was trying to decide between that and Noah's Mill for number 2, and I think I got to put the bottle of olive oil for number 2, Noah's Mill.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very similar to Manny's list, unfortunately.
Why is that unfortunate?
I think we're really
I like to be a
coming
little
down to the
different.
point
I
where
like to
he
be a
actually
little
doesn't like you.
I'll tell you what.
He just hangs out with you because he knows you and you're in Cleveland.
I give him good bourbon. Leave me alone.
I know. Really good
Take
bourbon.
advantage of me too.
Listen, I'm
don't-
not saying that's my.
I don't try to hang out with people I don't
Redwood.
like. That's a waste of time.
Agreed. All right, but so you went with the Noah Mill for number 2.
Yep, yeah, I liked it a lot. 3 is going to be the Redwood. I mean, that's the cheapest one here, right?
It
By
is.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's not even. Well,
I mean, that's,
Well,
it's
$6.
close to
$6.
$20.
okay.
no, 11,
$6 for the nearest.
44.55.
Oh, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how much he liked nearest. He just
No,
forgot about it.
I thought the Redwood was extremely smooth. I thought it had borderline the best mouthfeel. Old Carter is the best, I think, by a decent amount that we had here. I wouldn't buy it personally because
Good
I'm
thing
not
your
willing
dad's
to
here.
spend. Yeah, I mean, once it gets over $100, I'm like I could get 10 bottles of Benchmark for that.
I love you.
Never seen anybody look more disappointed in their entire
Was.
life.
He was disappointed, and I was like, I like this kid.
That was a joke. I mean, not 100% a joke, but a little bit of
He's
joke.
basically.
I feel like he's placating to you.
Basically, what I think he's trying to do is trying to get us to scrap in the front
right,
yard.
right. There's always some ulterior motive here.
It's like, I want to see a
I
squabble.
Yeah. I think of a lot of different motives.
Squibble.
I mean,
Squabble.
A lot of different motives.
I got a lot of things running through my head.
It's fine. It's fine. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we got to watch out for him.
Oh,
Too smart for
what?
All right, so 4 and 5 are very, very close, but I think I'm gonna go Uncle Nearest for number 4, partially because of the story.
It's a great story.
It's an amazing story.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I kind of liked Remus maybe a little bit more, but I've gone
Wait,
back
what?
and forth. I probably gotta try them both again, but the fact that Uncle Nearest is a lot cheaper, I think that was a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So then, yeah, Remus number 5, Ocean number 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Trash.
Jeez.
It's
Dave,
the
I feel like it's your turn to go next.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can't remember.
I can't remember, and
Yeah.
I'm plenty okay with
Yeah.
going next. Hey, listen.
I need some time because I'm still working it out. I'm
Well,
working it out.
I'll be
man.
honest. There was a very big fight for me for the top 3,
Yeah.
and I'm actually going to differ a little bit. Actually, truthfully, the Noah Mills to me was actually like it was my favorite on the table, and I'm not even positive that it was that close. Like, it was, to me, as soon as I smelled it, I was like, holy shit. Then the palate matched the nose.
Yeah.
And I literally have here Noah Mills, wow, nose, wow, taste. It's complex. To me, it's like when I tried Granger, and that made me understand how things can be complex.
Yeah.
Which is a Shiraz wine I should throw out there. It's like $750 a bottle. When I first tried that, I was like, I understand what complex and depth means now.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt about Noah Mills.
Layers.
There's layers to it.
Layers.
It's
and I don't disagree. And there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what you're saying.
Yeah. It really took me by surprise, and I have to. I said
I
that,
don't agree with it.
And I said that this was one of the best price points I've seen in a long time. I actually have to also say that Noah Mills, even though it's at 70, is also one of the best price points I've seen in a long time. If you can find it.
64.99.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
I'll look up the
$64.99.
exact price.
But that price point is phenomenal. That
And
definitely.
I wish I would have told Brian to buy. He said they had like 4 or 5 there. I should have just said,
Yeah.
scoop them all up.
Yeah.
I got guys that'll buy them.
And if he goes back again, please get as much of it as you can. Because even if it's not just me and you that keep them, we know plenty of people. I always tell anybody, if you find something great, buy 6 bottles of it, because we'll be able to give them to somebody. Somebody's going to buy them.
And the presentation of this bottle, be it simple, I love it.
Yeah, I actually
I'm
love
sorry.
the label.
Brady calls
I
it
love
the
it too.
olive
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah.
No,
Because
I say
it
that-
does. That's what it looks
It's
like.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
say that
It's even
endearingly.
got an olive oil cap on it. That's
Yeah.
an olive oil cap.
But it was the only one. It was one of 2 that I really could pick up a lot of distinctness from. I got vanilla. I got orange on it. It's phenomenal. I can't say enough about it. I think it's amazing. Now, this is the one where it was actually really a tight race for me, and it was a little surprising. And I did end up putting Old Carter as number 2. And I just have listed on here delicious, because I was having a hard time picking anything distinct from it. But the complexity was definitely there. It was a phenomenal mouthfeel. I really, really enjoyed it. I look forward to tasting it more and more. I definitely would pay the $170 to $200 for it. I would.
Yeah.
Because if I'm willing to pay that for Stag Junior, I'm putting that up on par with Stag Junior for sure.
And not to interrupt you, but very anxious because, as we already kind of talked about, I think off air, they have a rye.
I
The
wanna
rye,
try the rye so bad.
because we obviously love ryes.
Yeah.
People know that. It's a little more, but not crazy more. They had it there. I should have had him get both.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what the hell I was getting.
Yeah, you had no clue at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you to me, you got a deal. You got a great purchase. It's phenomenal. The craziest one to me, even though this is getting ranked at number 3, I think it might be the winner of the night.
Yes.
Because at a 44 price point, it drinks like an $80, $100 bottle.
Yep.
Extremely smooth, I thought.
Extremely smooth. The cherry just fucking warms your mouth.
Yep.
It is phenomenal.
It's a great find by you, Manny.
Yeah, and you said this
great
is
find.
this is
Something
That-
good.
It's
Listen,
a great find.
You'll be allowed back.
I made the cut.
And this is the one that you did find in Cleveland.
Yes.
Please find me a bottle of this.
Yeah, we need more of that.
Yeah, that
I mean,
this
As soon as you get there, you just go in there and just start fucking like
Fill up a
pushing people
shopping
out of the
cart.
way.
Throwing elbows.
Yeah.
fill up a shopping cart, and while you're buying it, tell everybody that it's terrible. Tell them you're using it for cooking.
Right. I'm unclogging drains. I'm taking paint off my siding.
Because
I'm just using this for a video to pour it down. The
yeah, because it shocked me, and the best part was going back and trying it after we went down the whole line.
It was
because
comparable.
It's like, Jesus,
Very comparable.
Yeah, it's really, really impressive. It is number 3, but to me, it is the winner of the night.
It's like we talked about. I think all the top 3 are 1A, 1B, 1C. They're all
Yeah,
so good.
and I actually had on that one Wild Cherry, and then after that, I actually am.
Were you thinking of the late 70s, early 80s band, Wild Cherry?
I was. See, I knew that one.
Play that funky music, white boy.
But then I'm actually in agreement with Brady here. I actually go Uncle Nearest next. Which one do you want here? This one?
Yeah, give me a little taste. Just a little nip.
Did you try this one, Pam?
Just a little nipple.
And what did you think of it?
A little nipple.
A nipple, yeah, you
Yeah,
went
a
really
nipple.
deep in there.
A nipple.
You know what? No, give me the whole areola. Just
Areola.
So I went Uncle Nearest. Part of it is the story, and I got to tell you, Remus and Nearest could like almost be interchanged, but the price point wins it out. The story wins it out, and those two in particular, I had a really hard time picking anything out. That was even harder for me than the old Carter, and neither of them were anywhere close to the level of old Carter. So Nearest, just that's how it played out for me.
Those middle three, it was just
Yeah.
a blur. You couldn't really pick any distinct flavors
Yeah.
out. It was
Yeah, none of them were bad.
They weren't
I
bad,
didn't
yeah.
think either of them were bad at all.
Yeah. So Nearest, that story about him basically helping Jack Daniels start his company is phenomenal.
unbelievable.
Coming from a slave to basically, I mean, let's be
it.
honest, he probably got fucking robbed. Imagine what
Yeah,
his money would have been
he's-
if he was actually involved in Jack Daniels.
Robbed, raped.
Oh my god.
I mean, wait a second. I'm just.
There we go.
No, it sounds like Uncle Nearest is like one of the founding fathers of bourbon almost. Like
Yeah, right.
Well, at least of Tennessee whiskey.
Which is technically bourbon. I know people love to have that argument, but it meets every criteria for bourbon. People are like, oh, but charcoal finish.
But as long as it's aged, as long.
Right.
Right?
But the master
As
distillers,
long-
it is.
It's
Jack
just a
Daniels is.
technicality.
Well, Tennessee whiskey, it has to be
think-
aged
is
as long.
this
I get what
3
you're
years?
saying.
Is this
2-4 years.
Yeah. But even the master distiller of Jack Daniels has been recorded saying on video it is actually technically a bourbon. Jack Daniels went through a legal battle to not have it called that because they wanted to be separate.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense. I mean, it's they've always been sour mash whiskey.
Yeah.
Sour
yeah.
mash whiskey.
Tennessee whiskey is what they go by. But so then after that comes the Remus, and I had on there actually chocolate, brown sugar nose, and like a sweet and spicy.
I agree. It hits spicy and then sweet finish.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed both of those. The $90 price point on Remus gives me some hesitation, but I do think it is actually worth at least a first-time purchase. It's whether or not you decide to go back to that well afterwards. And then after that is the Ocean 22, and I literally have on there, meh. At best.
Meh. At best.
Meh at best.
I mean, I'm almost like full Yellowstone that.
I can't Yellowstone it or
$90?
larceny it. At $90 is really bad. I would like
$90.
that to
You
be,
tell me you can't.
I'd
know.
like that to be a $20 or $30
And-
bottle.
And I hate saying it because
Because we love Jefferson.
Trey's going to be mad.
Jefferson's Trey Zeller. I've got a signed bottle. I had a long hug with him once. That's actually a lie. Yeah, that's a lie.
It was actually
It
this.
was longer. It was longer.
Yeah,
It was much.
It was
much
it,
more.
it
a
was
little more.
It was a 45-minute spooning on a leather couch.
No.
That sounds nice.
But in truth, we love Jefferson's.
We do.
I think it's in my top
And
three
we have-
distilleries.
We have proven it. We don't need to defend how we feel about this bourbon. I feel like we do a little bit.
But we just need people to know that we like Jefferson's.
Right.
We just don't like
Jefferson's.
this.
This was
And
a
then-
bad bottle.
Yeah, and in this lineup, and I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, it could offend some people. Not offend. It could deter some people from saying, "Well, I'm not buying that Oceans."
Yeah.
And you know what? Don't.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, and good. We should
Okay.
let people know. Don't
save your $85.
Yeah.
And buy 2 of the Redwood Empire if you're lucky enough to find it.
Actually
we also-
save your $85, then add money to that and buy 4 or 5 of the Redwood Empire.
Yeah. right.
we also though we don't know if Manny maybe tainted this bottle.
No, I didn't take this bottle. But you can't get this bottle in this area.
Hold
I
on, he
wouldn't do
said that
You
like
think I'd
I've
do that?
tainted bottles before.
I think he has it out for me. I don't think he likes me.
Taint.
I don't think he likes me.
I feel like he's playing the antagonist role here in the podcast.
He's just
He's like, this
Shots
like,
here and there.
He's like, this
can't-
podcast is gonna end in a fight.
Yeah, let me just see
You
what.
guys ready?
I just, I
Ghost
like,
is on my side.
Good
I
call.
like to see action. I want to see a fist fight.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
before
watching
you,
fights
before
after
you
this,
came,
so.
Pam, he was already trying to get Dave and I go to blows.
Not like
Easy
consciously.
now.
Not consciously. It's just something I really want to see.
All right, so do
Don't
we
get
want?
me beat up.
Listen, do we even want to hear my rankings?
Yeah,
or,
they're going to be
Yes,
similar,
yes, we
but
do.
No, let's
I
just
do
skip
want to
it.
hear them.
I feel like
You're like the grandfather of bourbon here.
Well, that was rude.
That's okay. I like it.
Well, no, let's be honest. He's the one who got every single person here on bourbon.
True.
So,
Without a fact.
So does that
Without a
make
doubt.
you old granddad?
With zero facts. Sorry. Yes, that is without a doubt true. He definitely did. And I wasn't even expecting to ever dive into it the way that I have.
And now look at you.
Yeah.
Now look at you. You're 6 feet in the ground.
Yeah. Now I can barely afford my
about getting
bills,
his
but I have a lot of bourbon.
Liver. Artificial liver. Set me up.
Yeah, by the way, when those artificial livers come out, I'm going to need a loan.
You got it, brother.
Oh, they're coming. They're coming.
We'll talk off it. Okay. All right. And you're right, Manny, Brady, Dave, Jacob,
About what?
Ghost.
Nymeria, Buddha, Pam. I just want to make sure.
Clorox,
Tommy Two Phones.
Hey, by the way, who put the
Egg.
2 cigarette holes in your egg?
I don't have no idea how that happened. No idea. It was somebody else's egg before mine. The guy died, and I,
I
took
feel
it.
like you're smoking something out of that.
Yeah, there.
Didn't
There's-
think about
there's-
it. Maybe.
It's a brown
Possibility.
stain here.
All right. So I'll make this quick because it's not much different. You're right.
So good.
My number 1 is Old Carter. It's not because of the price point. It's because it actually stood up to the price point for me. I said it
I agree with
earlier.
that.
I was extremely concerned about having this bourbon on because typically bourbons that cost a lot, we've had this happen a couple times.
Well, it's
Joseph Magnus was one. Remember
Yes.
how disappointed we were? It was
Yes.
150.
Which, by the way, we should get to trying that again at some point.
Yeah.
But I agree.
Cigar blend's good.
Sometimes when not just the price, when you just have this anticipation built
Right.
up, like I just can't wait.
And I had
just
it.
Can't, yeah.
I had it for 2 days, 3
Yeah.
days. And I'm like, there's no way it can live up to it. I feel like it did.
I
now,
agree.
that being said, Noah's Mill and Redwood were right there too.
At those price points.
So I'm going to put Old Carter 1.
How much is Noah's Mill, by the way?
70,
seven-
64.99.
I got it
paid-
for $64.99.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a good deal. Yeah.
And I paid $69.98.
He just wanted
Wow,
to say
you got
69.
Flex.
Yeah.
It's flex.
Flex in. So Noah's Mill gets number 2 for me, but it gets number 2 by like a whisker. Literally a whisker.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I agree completely.
It has so much depth and complex. I get a lot of floralness out of it, but it's floral that I like because I don't always like floral in my bourbons.
Yeah.
Plurality.
And
Plurality.
Florality.
We're using that from now on. And I agree with you. I just think my slight difference in that would be for some reason for me it's coming up more as like a bunch of different spices.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is floral, I guess.
Right. But for
Plant life.
and again, I will always say this, and I believe it to be true, so therefore it is true, even if it's a lie.
Nope. No.
Yeah.
This is religion right here. This is
This is. So
This
if
is
you
church.
if you have
I
a
wish it
big
was.
boy bourbon, if you have a big boy bourbon, write this down.
Take notes, kids.
Take notes. And you get very little alcohol burn. It is worth every penny that you purchase it for.
I completely agree. Actually, I was just gonna say once you started that, even it was hard for me to hold it back because I almost forgot that was a big boy bourbon.
Right. 114 proof.
That's the biggest one on the table, and did not drink like it
No.
at all.
No. 0 alcohol burn.
Yeah.
Old Carter, 0 alcohol burn. One of the things that the Old Carter really impressed me with, and I wrote it down, the mouthfeel was amazing on that.
The Old Carter, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the two mouthfeel winners, I think, were actually the Old Carter and the Redwood.
Let me
I
get
would
to
agree with
that.
Oh, easy now,
Tiger!
That was the best.
So, Dave stole my thunder because...
My bad.
Yeah, it's okay, though. But, I mean, sometimes we're symbiotic, and
That's a big word.
we were that way with this one for sure. Under normal circumstances, I would put it number 1.
Yeah.
It just happened to be in a lineup with a couple real huge heavyweights. However, this the nose was amazing, and it had
Sexy nose.
but it had the best mouthfeel out of all of these bourbons. It was the I think it was the most buttery of all of them.
We started with it too.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
When we went back, when I went back to it after tasting those last two, I was like, Jesus Christ, this thing 30.
But the
It is 90 proof. That's kind of the kicker.
only 90 proof. But for the price point, if we did this tasting strictly on, okay, what's the best value, which we're going to have to do at some point.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Not even close. That's
Like,
by
it's
far the best value.
Right? Yeah.
We'd have
It would be one.
It's that and Sazerac Rye or those.
Yeah.
if we had 12 bottles of this with our group of friends, they'd be fighting over it. Like, hey, we make sure we get one of those bottles.
I could make it happen.
Man, I'm telling you, we could get rid of them for sure.
I got the
But
hookup.
let's not forget the nose was really good too.
Yeah.
Had a very good nose. My nose notes were cherry caramel and a little florality.
I love this florality thing.
Yeah.
We're keeping
I
that.
looked it
I'm
up.
big on the floral stuff today.
Oh, you
I
looked it up?
It is not a word, so we can make it a word.
That is starting right here. That is
Yeah,
a Bastards
I
of
was-
Bourbon word, and it will one day be in the dictionary.
All right.
It will for sure.
At the very least, it's a sniglet.
I don't
What
know.
is that?
That may be a word.
Pam knows what a sniglet is. Yeah.
We can't just make up a bunch
so-
of words.
No.
now.
All right.
Sniglet
Have you
is
ever
a
heard of the
word.
word
It's a
blint?
A blint is a
You
word.
mean blunt?
No, blint.
blint?
Blint is a sniglet. It's a word that's made up that's not in a dictionary that should be in a
This
dictionary.
is one of those things that, like, you
Sniglet
say, you
is-
say it.
Hold on.
Like, I should know it. I have no idea what that means.
A sniglet is an often humorous word made up to describe something for which no dictionary word exists. Oh, you use it perfectly, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you use it perfectly.
Okay, well, plurality is not a
I know.
sniglet.
My intelligence. My
Very
intelligence.
surprised.
My intelligence is impressive, is it not?
It is.
Okay.
You got me.
So blint is belly button lint.
Oh.
Blint.
Okay.
All right, I get it.
Okay, huh?
Here, I'll show everybody. Hold on.
No. Easy now.
We're good.
Images, Jacob.
You guys are, jeez, just want to add a little flavor to
There
the
you go.
podcast.
Get it. Blint. Oh.
Build your day.
None of those are blint.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it is 2020.
Urban
Urban
Dictionary. There we go.
This guy's a blint.
Blint.
She's a blint.
Stupid, arrogant asshole. Similar to cunt. Highly offensive word. That guy is a blint. She's such a blint. I mean, she is much better than Jack. He's a total blint.
And
His name is
she
Blint
has a lot of
Taters.
belly button lint.
It's the
Now we're rappers.
Oh my God, we have digressed. I'm not even halfway through my fucking rankings.
You're exactly halfway through. All right, so the Redwood.
And then we wonder why these last 3 hours.
but it's worth every second.
Okay. Number 4, and hearing your previous 3 rankings, I started to waffle on it, thinking, maybe I didn't like it that much. But I have Uncle Nearest as number 4.
Yeah.
I tried it. I tried it more than once, as we all did. The earthiness, I liked it. It grabbed me.
Yeah.
It sucked me in.
It's different.
It took me 6 feet deep.
Like a worm.
I liked it.
Squirming into the soil.
I felt flowers protruding from my body.
Stop. Just stop. Stop.
And Brady said it, and I'm just going to echo it. I give it number 4 because for $55, I'm going to get this every day over Remus Reserve
Yeah.
for $90.
Yeah.
That was my deciding factor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So there was some.
I agree. The
I
price
thought
point.
I thought it.
I
out.
like the Remus better, but the price point for that is so much better.
Yeah.
You won't be. That's a hard bottle to find.
Yeah,
You won't be able to find that if you're not looking for it and know where to go to get it.
sure.
I do have to shout out real quick. We are definitely going to be trying Uncle Nearest again on a podcast because the guy that really turned me on to it, his name is Benjamin. He's the guy that turned me on to the story as well.
Benji.
And he's going to come on the podcast at some point for sure.
I would love that.
Yeah.
All right. Number 5, Remus, and number 6, Jefferson's Ocean.
What do you think about Jefferson's? Come on, give me your
So I'm gonna give you my little
spiel.
spiel. Okay. And I think I gave it already, but for my purposes, this Voyage 22, it was thin, got a little salty. No one wants that.
I'm a
with the
little
bourbon.
salty about it.
Yeah. Thin and salty is okay when you're eating a pretzel. All right? That's okay. It's not okay when you're drinking a
thought
bourbon.
about that line for so long.
No.
That was really good. It was really good. I wish I would have come up with it.
The bottom line is, when you have Jefferson's Ocean, you need to be aware that you might get a gem every 1 or 2 voyages, every 3 or
because,
4
like,
voyages.
You don't know what they're doing on those voyages.
But
Rape.
do your research
Well,
before
we told you it was
buy
a
it.
boring
boring voyage.
There was only high seas and then, as Steve would say, rape.
But clearly not enough.
That
So honestly, so we can make a correlation here. We can make a correlation to boring voyage, boring whiskey.
yeah, because I'm sure when it's very stormy, there's probably a lot of more of the
Lot of
extracurriculars going on.
A lot of more motion in the ocean, if you know what I
And
mean.
I will say I was excited for this one because I know how much you guys liked the weeded last one.
The 19 was excellent.
I know you guys really
19,
like the weeded
like
one.
the 19. 21 is still, it goes down as my all-time favorite.
Jefferson?
Yes.
Yes. And maybe in my top 5 bourbons. It's
good.
excellent.
I like the 11.
I feel like we might need to just have a little sip of it.
I was going to ask for some because I need to try it again, but I will say I like the 11.
Yep.
I like 7 and 11. 7-Eleven.
21.
Who doesn't like 7-Eleven? You know?
I don't know if I've had the 21.
Oh, are you serious?
I don't know if I have.
You've never had that?
I don't think I have.
Oh, finish that up. You need to taste that for sure.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
Easy now.
Pam, aren't you glad you made it? This Noah Mills. This is going to be like, there are times where I'm mildly sad about bottles leaving
This
here
is
with the
gonna
people
blow-
that brought them.
this is going to blow your socks.
Joke's on you. I'm not wearing socks.
No, Jacob. No.
Me neither.
Absolutely.
Because I blew them off earlier with that Redwood.
Get your ass over here.
I'll tell you what. We did that first. I'll be honest. That
Hey, Dave, I forgot. I got to go put some air in my tires.
Oh. I mean, I'll be honest with you. by far, runaway winner. Like you said, the Redwood. It's not even close.
It might be third on the list, but it's the runaway
you
winner.
could put this up with a lot of high class, expensive ass bourbons, and it's right there.
You know, something you said at the beginning of the podcast about like Blanton's is working its way down your list.
It's way down my list.
It's working its way down your list. After this lineup, I'm like, God, I don't understand what he's saying.
It's way. What I found out.
Can I
is-
compare Blanton's to Noah Mills? No. Honestly,
For
can I
$10?
compare Blanton's to Redwood Empire?
I would agree with that.
You
yeah.
know what? I think this is better than Blanton's. I'm gonna be
No.
honest.
I think
I-
it might be.
I wouldn't say
I will.
that.
Blanton's, they do a great job
It's-
promoting it.
The Noah
marketing,
Mills is definitely better than the Blanton's.
not even close.
But the Redwood Empire, I might agree. Slightly cheaper price point too.
They do such a good job.
Grab that bottle of Blanton's. It's gonna get hairy in here.
Oh, we're going to Blanton's now.
Pam is like, I'm gonna fucking kill these guys.
I still really
Yeah,
like
just get some more
Blanton's.
Sazerac,
I think
it'll be fine.
Blanton's probably better than the Redwood.
I had it the other day
Oh.
after Notre Dame one.
I was
and
like,
I
what?
was so-
Jacob?
I
Jacob
tried
said
and
the
I was-
Jefferson's
I was
is good. I thought he was
disappointed.
talking about
So, yeah,
22.
I even said it that day. I was like,
He was talking about the 21. Okay.
I didn't think it tasted
Yeah.
that great that night.
it did not
But
taste
I think
good.
it was because that was after like 5 old fashions.
Steve, you're gonna be maybe a little mad at me. You may have heard it while you were in the bathroom.
I didn't.
But what he said earlier about Blanton's falling down his list, this tasting actually kind of made me think the same thing a little bit. Now, is Blanton's still phenomenal? Yes. Is it a good price point? Yes. But
You're never gonna.
I
Find
can't say Blanton's is better than Noah Mills. I feel like I can't say that.
Their marketing is so good.
Their
Their marketing is great.
I'm opening
like
the
bottles,
last bottle of
race-
Blanton's I
Okay.
have to do a comparison.
Well, good because you're talking shit right now.
You're so
yeah, I mean,
mad.
you're,
you know what? I want
can't
him.
even-
I want a blind taste. I want a blind taste for him and Redwood.
We're definitely going to be able to pick out which one is Blanton's
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
But
I don't know.
it's
Yeah.
a matter of whether it's better.
I get.
so we don't need a blind.
I
we'll
can
know
guarantee
it's
you, you can put Blanton's against anything, and I don't give a shit if it's Pappy Van Winkle 23, and I will still pick the Blanton's.
You're getting a little crazy.
No, I ran out of water, Manny.
The
Oh, I've got a lot of talk, Jacob. A lot.
the
But I'm backing it up.
But I was even gonna say the Redwood is even up there with Blanton's for me. I can't say it's better than Blanton's, but the Redwood is up there for me.
I will say it. I like it better than Blanton's.
Redwood?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. I
I think you should get. I think you guys should have a fist fight.
Well, no. I think it's easy to say when you're just drinking it and you haven't
here's the-
even
here's the
compared it
difference, though.
to it.
But
So-
here's the difference.
all right, put that in a Glencairn, a fresh Glencairn, and then let me know what you think.
I'm about to do it.
We're
I am.
gonna
As soon
do
as
it,
I
but
finish this Noah Mills,
here's
that's
the
what I'm doing.
difference.
No, a fresh Glencairn.
Well, give me that fresh one out of there.
Just rinse it out.
Here's
Is
the
that
difference
not
for
right?
me.
No,
Is I
it's
can
not
get
good
this
enough.
any day of the week.
He's so upset, folks.
That's
He's
what we've
so
been
upset.
doing.
I could get this any day, easy. Not hard to get.
Are you sure? I mean,
Yes.
you didn't seem like you were sure earlier.
Well, I didn't know a whole lot about it when I bought it. I knew it was good.
No, I
Ish.
mean they
I
sell
didn't
that
know it
at
was-
the gas stations in Cleveland.
Talk to your son. He's
right next to the Colt 45 liquor.
269.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Smoke
all we
liquor.
need. Go to the bar, smoke,
No,
smoke
it's
that
in a
Cali
separate-
weed.
It's behind the counter with the cigs.
I can tell you, this Jefferson's 21.
Jacob said it was phenomenal.
It's good.
I haven't gone to that yet.
I will say though, $90.
What's
a- what- that's standard.
21.
What's
I'm
the
with
proof?
it.
What's the
The
proof?
21. I'm with it.
Oh, absolutely.
Is it?
And they had it
barrel
at-
proof?
It's cast strength.
Oh
So-
no, it's a big boy.
It's a big
It's
boy
one
bourbon. I'll look on the bottle. Other side.
Smellis. 112.
112. Yeah.
It's big. It is Noah's
It,
Mill.
it drinks like a 90.
Yeah, yeah.
It's phenomenal.
I get a little. I'm not a
But
big fan
that's
of
what-
salt, and I get a lot of salt still from it.
Really? I feel like that might be in your head just because it's oceans.
No, you know what I found
I
out
think it's
too
in
is
everybody's
I
head.
found out what I don't like yesterday because I had that Willet pot still.
Yeah.
I don't like banana. That's what I found. 1910 banana.
Yeah.
Pot still banana. I found out that's the taste that I dislike.
Actually, what's funny is when I tasted that George T. Stag,
This?
Yeah.
the owner, I was still on the clock, but it was pretty much over. I just had to like wrap things
we do
up,
have this,
and
but
she
we-
said, "Well,
oh, you
and plus
like
I'm
this
salary,
much
so that doesn't really matter." But so the owner Susie, she was like, "Come sit down, have a drink," and I was like, "Oh no, I got some stuff I'm gonna finish up," and she's like, no, you can finish it up in a minute. And I was gonna drink the 1910. I was like, yeah, go ahead, let me get that 1910. She was like, would you like to taste the George T. Stag? And I was like, fucking throw that bottle of 1910 across the room and grab that big boy.
I feel like the way you told that story, there was like something sexual.
Sexual
about it.
tension.
Yes.
That's it. I get it.
Like she was almost like showing you
She's like, sit on my lap.
her
Come on,
like
I'll-
her
Oh, no.
breasts.
Oh no, you're confusing. You're confusing. The sexual tension was with the George T. Stag. There was a lot of sexual tension with me and old George. I sniffed him
I don't
for
blame you.
20 minutes
have the
before I
same
tasted him.
sensation.
Teased it.
That was
You
the
teased
worst
it.
thing that has ever come out of my mouth.
No, heebie-jeebies was the worst thing.
No. Did you listen? I just
Yeah,
said
I-
I sniffed him for
I heard
20 minutes before I tasted him. That is by far the worst thing that has
That's-
ever come out of
that's
my
pretty bad.
mouth.
Definitely top 10 worst things I've ever heard anybody say.
See?
But I mean, in context, it makes sense. Out of context, it's horrible.
Yeah. I mean, someone who just steps in for a minute on this podcast and heard those 15 seconds, they're going to be scarred for life, Dave.
I,
Yeah, like one of those people who like skips through just to see.
Yeah.
They, like, skip right to
You're like, oh my God, he's sniffing someone.
he really likes George. I got to tell you. The Blantons is actually closer to the Noah Mills than I was thinking.
Don't diss the Blantons. You and I both know it.
Yes. And I still, it's tough. We might call it a 1A and 1B situation. I might still put the Noah Mills ahead, but the Blantons compared to it a lot better than I was thinking. It's actually been a little while since I tasted Blantons. Like, I just opened my last bottle.
And that's probably why. And you probably shouldn't have opened your last bottle, but I got your back, brother. Don't worry.
I appreciate you. But it's
not going to go bad in 3 days.
it's closer. It's definitely closer than I was thinking. I literally, when I said it, I was like, Noah Mills just fucking knocks it out of the park. But no, but the Blantons is right there. It is. I really thought me and you were about to have another old tub versus benchmark moment. I really did.
And I'm
It's like it's about to go down.
just so
Jacob is disappointed. He was hoping that's what happened.
well,
already sold like
and just so I can get full transparency, I'm gonna have to have some Blantons just so.
Hey, listen, we're gonna need to sell tickets. Because I brought it up with Carp again. We're gonna need to sell tickets to me and Jake, and I'm getting I'm getting back in shape. And so better be careful. Who's got a basketball? I'll dribble right now. I've already been dribbling bourbon all down my chin.
I do want to throw something out there. This is random, but I do want to see this. I want to see Wendy and I want to see Pam Bolger on a podcast together.
We're trying to get it done. But,
I agree.
I'll tell you
you
what.
know, it would be fantastic. I would love it. We need to do it.
We do.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's-
and they both have good bourbon knowledge.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like they're coming in like,
Pam drinks almost everything we drink.
yes.
And I'll have to say, our views are going down a little bit, but the people that want to be on the podcast is fucking skyrocketing. People approach me almost every day about trying to come on the podcast.
I mean,
So
why
what-
would you not? You,
So the people you talk to at Garden Grill,
Yeah.
all right, they're asking you questions. They won't get on and fucking watch it.
Well, I'll tell you, a big part of the problem is a lot of the bourbon drinkers we have there are old heads, and they ask me every time how they watch it again.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, how do I get to it again? They don't. They don't have the technology savvy
Yeah.
to really
They're not
be
like
able
Charlie.
to easy.
Charlie.
Yeah. Charlie got it down?
Charlie would be a good guest too. I'll tell you what.
Ooh.
I think he would be too. Somebody told me. I feel like I
You
brought it
couldn't
up.
do this. This is. You know what? I shouldn't
We'd
say
have to
that.
do
I
like
shouldn't
3.
disrespect him that way.
We'd probably do 3 with him.
No, he could.
He has the best stories.
Oh, he'll.
Yes.
Don't get him on.
Listen, I'm saying the actual tasting would be 3 bourbons, and then we would sit here and talk to him for as long as he wanted to talk.
It would be a 7-hour-long podcast.
His jokes
And I'm
are the
for it.
best.
3 bourbons.
Some of my best jokes
I don't
are
think
his
he has
jokes.
any sort of chickpea type of joke, though, does he?
Oh,
Look at Brady upset about us talking about the jokes.
No,
Brady's a chuckle slut.
Yeah, he's a. Hold on, in case that does not get picked up by the mics, Jacob just said Brady is a chuckle slut.
that is absolutely true. I'm a slut for a lot of different things, but Chuckles is probably number 1.
That is maybe the best nickname I've ever heard, and you will forever
Chuckle
now be
slut.
referred to
I
as chuckle slut.
Oh man, I haven't laughed this hard in a long time.
well, you just get ready to laugh harder. So in
Shit!
yeah,
I got. What time is it? How long's it been recording?
we're good. We're good.
2:30.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were
got at
longer.
least
We're
an hour.
Yeah, that's it.
I am going
1
to.
hour.
This might end up being the longest podcast we've ever done. Let's go.
I am about to tell you the simplest, best Charlie Manfresco joke there is on the face of the earth.
Oh shit!
It's a pirate one.
I think I know what's coming, and it's
No, that's
good.
rapey.
No,
It is gold. Okay, so I got to get into character first. All right,
Oh,
so let me get into character.
Scene. You let me know when you're ready.
really prepared.
All right, so
You
listen.
ready? And scene.
I had a really difficult day today. I'm trying to hold it together. All right,
I hope you're okay.
I stopped a rape today.
Oh shit!
It was really difficult.
Everything comes back to rape.
Oh my God, you don't understand.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I changed my mind.
No, like I can't.
I have heard Charlie Manfresco tell that joke, and it's a little bit funnier coming out of him. But
I'll be honest, I'd never heard that one from him.
That was good.
Yeah, he
delivery,
doesn't
though.
tell the rape jokes to his grandson.
Oh no. He
That is holy shit.
It's intense, but very quick, right? It's just,
my God.
it's just right, smacks you right
It's
in
a
the
classic.
I'll tell you what. I like my favorite. I like the pirate one.
face. Oh yeah, yes, yeah.
That's a clean one too.
It is clean. You should tell it.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Oh boy.
Come on
This is
with
gonna
it.
be-
Come on.
This is gonna be rough to do right
With
now.
with the hook and
Yeah.
I mean I can't tell it right because I can't remember all of it.
Is it long?
No.
No. All right. So I'm
Come on
gonna
now.
do it disjustice because is that a word? Disjustice?
No.
Injustice.
Yeah,
yes.
injustice.
Pronunciate.
I actually have. Here's the
Listen.
best part: is I have a video of him telling this joke
I
on my phone.
I saw it. I saw
I mean,
the
you
video.
could just play the video up into the mic.
All
maybe.
right. Here, while you're thinking about the joke, I just want to say, I have Blanton's right now. I've had one sip of it. This bourbon is as good as all of these bourbons. And again, all right, maybe I'm rose-colored glasses or rose-colored Glencairns, but
I wish we had those.
can we get those?
Is that a thing?
Let's make it a thing.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what, the
good
nose.
idea.
The nose
That's actually a
isn't as good
phenomenal
as,
idea. Edit that out.
I don't like the nose compared to what we had earlier. Anything.
But what's the closest to it is the Redwood. It's so close. I feel like Redwood said, "Let's make a bourbon just like Blanton's."
Yeah.
If it you get more cherry out of the redwood for sure. More cherry out of the redwood. more cherry out of the Redwood. But I will say, Blanton's, after I said that, and I was really like thinking like, man,
Dissing Blanton's.
I wasn't
Pissing on it. You were pissing on it.
I'm pissing on it. I still.
I think it would actually be a battle in there for the top 3 that we named. I think Blanton's is
Yep.
in a battle there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, is Noah's Mill better? You're saying it is.
Yes. I don't think it's close.
I think it might be.
I
actually.
I think it's close, but I think the Noah Mills is actually maybe a little bit better. But I think it's very, very close.
I don't want to be on here anymore.
I will put.
He's done with that
I
since the
think
first-
I like the Redwood better than this.
I think Noah's Mill has a little bit more going on.
It's a
than
novelty
Blanton's.
item.
Yeah.
It is. And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I will.
Everybody loves Noah's Mill. It's
No.
so new.
Well-
I'll tell you why you for sure like it better, and I thought I was on board with you with this. Is it's nowhere near as sweet. The
Right.
Blanton's is not.
Right.
And that is
I don't like
that
sweet.
is right up your fucking profile for sure. And I thought I was there with you, but that Noah's Mill did something to my mouth.
What can we say about
Wow.
that?
I mean, I get where when you guys say mouthfeel. That makes me uncomfortable.
But I mean,
That
that's a
did
big
something
part.
to my mouth.
It's a big part. It's a big part of tasting bourbon, though. It's
It
the
is.
mouth feel.
It is. And listen, on you would have been really uncomfortable on the under 25 tasting we did because we were like bourbon drinkers.
Oh, I know. I heard
we
it. I
take it
listened
in the
to
mouth.
No, it really made me uncomfortable. I don't like it.
I kind of like it.
Manny's like, I've considered to not do these anymore because of that.
I,
But then I remember the bourbon.
I'm going to say I like the Blanton's, and I will buy the Blanton's. I will get it just because I want the horses.
Yeah,
That's it. That's the
That's
only
the
reason.
only reason you'll buy Blanton's?
the horse.
If I can't get it for retail,
The horse.
Well, and
Sis.
I completely agree.
if I can't get it for
I am
retail, I'm
not-
not buying it.
I'm not
a
bu-
shot.
Right. I'm not buying it for $150
No.
like people are buying it
No,
for,
no,
or even
no,
$100.
Well, people are buying the Weller Special Reserve for $200.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
So you guys want I can get you a handle for
I'll spend
$30.
Right?
If I
And-
could,
and-
if I
and
couldn't
we
get
don't like it. I'm throwing it in the
yeah.
We
trash.
watched the
I
Notre
don't
Dame
like
game
Special
last
Reserve.
weekend, and that was what we were making old fashions with.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a
Yeah,
perfect
yeah,
thing to do it
That's
with.
why I said they were like,
I'm not drinking that
he,
neat.
He looked at me. He was like, "What's
No.
like what
Not
bottle?" I
drinking
was
on
like,
the rocks.
"So
Not
that's the
drinking that
bottle
neat.
I don't care about. That's the one I want to get rid of."
Right.
I will say the Blanton's. If I couldn't get it for the $54.99, I'd probably pay $100.
Yeah.
If you've never had it.
If I was jonesing for it, I'd pay $100 for it.
If I couldn't get it for the
After
$55.99,
trying-
we're just lucky that we can get it
I
for
know.
the $54.99.
I think a big part of it too is that the bottle is so cool, and
That's
you
it.
can
That's
collect
marketing.
the caps. Like,
No,
that's something you
that
can't do
has
with
nothing
anything
to
else.
do with it. Nothing.
I think it has to do.
I think it has a lot to do with it.
I think it has to do with the difficulty of getting it.
I'm way
yeah.
beyond that, though.
More
Yeah.
Brady, I have like
Yeah, you're beyond
75
it now.
horses.
I know.
At
just-
least.
just running.
I'm
around
trying
our
to get them
house.
all on my own. I'm trying to be legit out here.
I was trying to do that.
I know
with-
how hard it
More.
is.
I need 2 more. The
Right.
teas.
So I got the first round, and it was crazy story how I got the first round. Crazy. I'm not gonna bore you guys with that story again because people on the podcast who don't listen to it already know it. And that's
hold on.
funny in and of itself.
What did you just say?
Yeah.
What did you just say?
Right. It was a conundrum, wasn't it? All right. So
I was gonna say, "Fuck you, true." What is it? The
I
Ricky
said
Bobby.
people who don't listen to the podcast don't want to hear the story.
What?
I guess that's fair, but I mean, still, that's a conundrum. That's a big word for me.
I know. All right. So
Conundrum.
how I got my last horse was a crazy story. I'm not going to tell you that. But my point is, once I got that, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to get the second one
You
pretty
lost the
quick.
desire, right?
Right. So I
No
continue to get Blanton's, of course. I cannot get that second rung. I mean, I'm telling you what, it is crazy. All I need is a letter, one letter, A. Can't get it. And I have
7 of them bitches.
Hide that.
I have 27 empty bottles of Blanton's.
Oh, I know. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Can't get it.
That's a
Cannot
red
get-
flag.
See, here's my problem
Sure.
is I want to do it on my own.
Right.
There's something
and that's
to
what
it, too.
Yeah, you don't want me to
Like,
give you the stopper.
Exactly. Like I'm
I
hunting.
agree.
I did it.
I agree.
I did it on my own.
I was the same way. Do
and
it on your own.
I just need the teas. Those are the hardest ones to
I
get
think
to.
there's only one
No.
T in it.
I
No
got
tea.
teas.
What are the two?
I got-
ends?
I got-
ends.
I got ends coming out my ass.
That sounds weird.
I know. It does. If you tickle my ass, ends will come out. Does that make any sense?
No.
Well, that,
Somebody-
that definitely
hold on.
won't happen.
Could make sense.
Yeah, I will say I kind of.
Scenario where it could make sense.
It could.
What is
I
that scenario,
agree.
Jake?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it involves Scrabble.
All right.
I will say I feel like me and Dave have been on the same page tonight. We've been looking at each other like, what is happening?
Yeah, there's been multiple times where me and you were like,
You guys want to hug it out?
Nah, we want to listen. Let's get Ghost out and
I'm going to leave some. Yeah. I just want to
Redwood?
cross.
the
Against
I gotta
the
say,
Blanton's.
help yourself. I'm telling you, I think it's better.
I gotta say,
think it's
Jacob,
better.
funds are a little tighter than they used to be, but we definitely 100% need to figure out how to get 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 mics, because you definitely need one, because I feel like I have to repeat what you say sometimes, because you say gold and
Oh, yeah. He needs one for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
Jacob
then one for the peanut gallery. So
And he knows his bourbon.
yeah, he knows
He knows
yeah.
his bourbon
Can
very
I bring,
well.
Well,
can I bring
he's
up?
the behind the scenes guy on this podcast.
Can I bring up a kind of a random point here?
Yeah.
This is a serious random actual bourbon point.
Okay.
I want to do a bachelor's barrel pick.
Really? I love
It's been discussed.
I know you guys. We talked about it before, but I would love to do barrel pick. I
So,
think that would be
I will
awesome.
I will say
You said we talked. You said Buffalo Trace is
It's out.
basically out of the picture.
yeah. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Old Forester.
Yeah. And
That's-
and I'll tell you where else is Woodford. We could do Woodford.
Honestly, for a barrel pick for the podcast, we could do any one of them, and we have been shockingly surprised by some Woodford products. That store pick rye was phenomenal, but I would like to see either I think Jefferson's or Old Forester.
Oh, Jefferson. We didn't even look at Jefferson's.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
feel
Buffalo
like
Trace is
I mean,
impossible.
I feel like we could
not
do that.
not because of the necessarily the price point, just because it's
you can't get
Well,
it.
you're
they're
gonna
sold
wait.
out ASAP.
Right. You're waiting forever to be
Yes.
able to do it.
Yes, we might get it 10 years down the road when
Right.
we're done doing the podcast.
But there are other smaller boutique bourbon distilleries like Jefferson's
Yeah.
that we don't. I mean, for instance, how do we know Old Carter won't give us a fucking barrel pick?
Right.
MGP. All those.
How do we
MGP.
know? I mean,
Huge fan.
it's got to be something
Widow
clo-
Jade.
right?
They're actually just about to be coming out with their own product for the first time.
Oh, I think we got a couple years still.
Is it?
They're getting close though. When we, I think they're within a year or two.
Here's the
I'll say
thing.
it.
Honestly, I think whoever we can get to get on board with it, and obviously we're going to have to pay for it.
Telling you.
But whoever we can get to get on board with it is who we go with. And the cool thing about it is when you do your barrel pick, you actually go down there and you taste the barrel.
Old Forester.
I think Old Forester's a good selection.
I really do.
I'm fine with it.
I've listened
because
to-
I love the product.
I listened to them talk about how it works.
Yeah.
Like how they do it. We don't even have to go down there if we don't want to. They will send us
No,
three
we-
different.
We want to go down.
Oh, I know. I want to go down there.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but
depending on what happens with COVID, this
right,
may,
they
this
will.
may be.
They will
Right.
send us
great.
3 different barrels. They'll send us a
So-
bottle,
a flavor.
fifth
Yeah.
of 3 different bottles, and we can try them and kind of pick where we want. And if we don't like them,
And we're talking like somewhere. And again, I'm just spitballing here. It's like 10 grand.
For some reason, I remember looking at it before, and I think it's anywhere between 5 and 10.
Okay.
We got to get a lot of people on board.
I
Oh, tons of people
Yeah.
we could do it easily.
easily.
I think we could do it easily. Is actually the
And-
crazy
But
thing.
It's
but
so
I want
hard.
some.
It's
But
so
I
cool
want
to be
something.
like, yo.
But I want something.
Have the Bastards of Bourbon fucking label.
I want
printed on
something good, right? We all want something good.
it. We will not. We will not just pick one because they're giving us the right price.
And I'd be fine with Old Foresters because there are Old Foresters that I love.
just
I
came
mean,
out-
1920,
1910.
love
They
1920.
came out with
Honestly, we were happy with the 86.
Right.
We didn't think that
they
was
came
a
out
terrible
with
one.
the barrel proof 100. It's 100 or I can't. I think it's barrel. It's not barrel proof, but they came out with their. I swear they call it barrel proof. It's 100.
So they have their
It's a newer one.
Single
right.
barrel.
they
Single,
have
that's it. That's what I was looking
Single
for.
barrel.
And I've heard those are fantastic. And I've been looking for one for a long time to try it.
and I mean here's the thing, Manny, and you and Adam went there on your tasting, and I regret that.
Who the fuck is Adam?
Every day of my life, I regret it. Like I wake up some mornings in a tear. So there,
You don't want to know Adam.
yeah, you don't want to know.
Fair
Let's
enough.
just say,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
let's just say, Manny went with his boyfriend. Okay, they went over,
my
they did a
God,
tasting.
you see what happened? I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Go on, get. Easy now, Tiger.
All right, well, listen, I'm going to go.
No,
You call me when you're done. I'll come back pick you up.
I'll come pick you up. You go on, you get.
Yeah, she's definitely leaving now.
I will say,
no,
another
we're-
note.
no.
Old Forester rye
Great.
for $25.
Can't beat it.
It is one of the best ryes out there.
Yeah, for $25.
Not even close.
Man, I wish you would have had that Midsummer's Night Dram. Midwinter's Night Dram.
It's like you try to like sweet talk me out.
Oh my
Listen,
God!
that Midwinter Night Dram.
It was really good.
But no one has been able to know what we know about it. Well, Brady does because he was there.
Because he was there. We should throw that out there. That Midwinter's Night Dram is probably
Who makes
not-
it?
High West.
Wait,
is-
are we still recording?
Yeah. It is my favorite rye. Like
Manny,
bar none.
this is the apex of ryes.
Top 5.
Dare I
whiskeys.
say I like it better than Blanton's?
Well, I think
I'll pay $200 for that bottle
All right, Pam, hold on.
if I have to.
Brady's here.
I know.
Manny, you got Manny.
I'll be back at 1.
What
Just
time
let her
is
go.
it?
We'll figure it out.
It's 11:15.
It's 11:15. She said I'll be back at 1 o'clock. This is definitely going to be the longest podcast.
5
I'll
hours.
tell you what.
I'll tell you what. I will be honest. This is the hardest I laughed for a long time. Multiple
funny
times. Just aggressively. Shit.
Look, now that she says we're leaving, we have nothing to say.
Okay.
Cricket.
Bye-bye. Jokes. It's jokes. Come on.
We
No,
love you, Pam.
Don't take the Glen Karens.
No, they're already out of the box. We've already used them.
Oh.
I want to get
All
back
right.
to the barrel
Okay,
pick,
then-
though.
I do want to. That's
my-
one thing
my-
I want to bring up because I really want to do a barrel pick.
And it would be awesome to see a Bastards of Bourbon logo on any bottle.
How cool would that be?
How fucking cool would that be? And my top 3 distilleries are Jefferson, Old Forester, and Buffalo Trace. Just
Cheers
surely,
to you, buddy.
surely,
I mean, that is a no-brainer. Those are the best.
surely
by far.
by the amount of whiskeys I like from
I would say
them.
I mean I'm gonna put right there, and I know you guys are gonna be shocked by this. Woodford, I'm telling you,
No, I
you've
am
been
shocked
there.
by that.
You've been there.
Garbage.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I gotta
Garbage.
disagree with that, man.
I think garbage is a little tough, but I am leaning more
Garbage.
towards Manny than I am you guys.
Garbage.
It's not up there for me.
Listen, I will say
you
they're
talking just in general,
readily
Woodford?
available shit.
Yeah.
Horrible. Not good.
So you didn't enjoy that tour?
That's not what we're talking about.
Well, I'm talking about the tour. I
no,
thought
we're
we were
talking about barrel
tour.
picks.
We're talking about
Barrel
doing a
picks.
barrel pick whiskey standards is what we're talking about.
Okay.
I've never been on a tour.
Yeah,
ever.
the tour was fantastic.
The tour is great.
I'm talking
Besides-
about how many whiskeys I love from the distillery, Old Forester, Jefferson's, and Buffalo Trace.
So
and it's not
who
even
who
close.
we can get a barrel from, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Okay. So
I think I'll be honest with you. I've watched a lot of shit. I think Old Forester is going to be our best.
Yeah.
I'd
That's
like
I
the
feel like he's actually looked into it.
No, I told you. I get on kicks and I listen to podcasts and then my mom doesn't like me talking about it because she's like, "You're an alcoholic." I said, "No, I'm not."
No, I'm a connoisseur.
That's it.
I like the idea.
But I think that
we
would
need
be,
to do it, and we have enough, as Manny already said, we have enough firepower to do it by far.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bang,
it's
bang.
not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
And could you just imagine having a Bastards of Bourbon logo on some fucking,
Are you right?
you know,
I really
On a fantastic 100 proof, or
no.
I mean,
It's got to be a big boy.
I
It's
think
got to
it's
be.
gotta be a
I
big
want to
boy.
be big boy.
yeah, it's got to be
I
a big
want to
boy.
be
150
a big
proof.
boy.
I would love. I think I really would like to do it if we all went down.
Yeah, yeah.
we
it'd
need
be-
to do it.
if-
But I mean, it's big money. I mean, we're throwing out big money, but again,
We're going to
can-
need investors.
We can do it.
Yeah. I don't think we'll have a problem finding people to jump on
No.
board.
No.
I know Bubba's all into it. Like we've had extensive conversation. He's like, we got to get a barrel.
I'm thinking.
Let's get a barrel.
Jeff would be in.
Oh,
Oh,
for sure.
we definitely have BJ. My dad would do it.
Baker.
Baker,
He wants to do it.
dude.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say
Yeah,
that, man.
dude.
I'm thinking, dude, Kessler.
We
For sure.
Just
we
throw
have
it
enough.
out there.
Definitely.
All right.
I love dude. I really do. He's a different breed.
He's
Totally different breed. Maybe a different species.
Yeah, I love that guy. He's the most generous person I've ever met in my life.
He's phenomenal. He
Uh,
really is.
I even think there's people we're not even thinking of that would actually be on board with it. I think Mike Thomas
Pat?
would be on board.
Mike
with
Thomas.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be
Adam.
an easy thing
Yeah,
to do.
Adam would.
And
Doug.
and we're going to be like holding bottles back, be like, no, motherfucker.
Well, here's the deal. We're not going to get a bad bottle.
it. No,
Right.
we're not going to get a bad barrel. Yeah, it's not happening.
No, but we want it.
We
and
do.
we want Bastards of Bourbon on that label.
Yes, we want the logo on the
So
label.
we got to figure out where we're going to do it, and let's
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, I think it's a
That
phenomenal
was the one
idea.
thing I actually wanted to talk about tonight because I think that'd be so cool.
Yeah,
I agree.
I do too.
I think it'd be
Super
so
cool.
awesome. Just be like, yeah, this is my shit.
I think it ends up putting us above other bourbon podcasts.
This my shit. This my shit.
For sure.
Everybody was, this my shit.
Shit. Well, are we wrapping up? Yes, ma'am. There was no hesitation for Pam there.
I'm taking their asses home.
All right,
We're wrapping this shit up.
I have to say
Go on, get.
that I was very impressed with this tasting, so much so that before you guys leave, I'm actually going to take a little bit more of this Redwood.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't expect much from this tasting. I really wanted to taste the last two. The other ones, I was like,
No,
eh.
really, just it's a small sip.
I didn't. I 100% did not expect Redwood to be as good.
I
as
did not
it
either.
was.
Yes. All right. Look here, Brady.
That's good. Yeah.
What?
All right. Well, this is the Bastards of Bourbon.
Thanks for having me back, guys.
Thank you so much.
Love you guys.
I love it. I love
And
coming
we're
back
out.
here.
This is
a
a good-
highlight.
This is a good team here.
So
I
nice
like
team.
You guys,
It's a lot
I'll
of
tell
fun.
you, I felt a little disrespected. You guys were
Well,
Tommy Two Phones and Jeff.
This
A
is
little disrespected. A little disrespected.
hey. Listen.
Just 'cause
Obvious-
it tastes like cherries.
Obviously, we like you more.
until they're back on the podcast. Then we like them more.
Right. and this could be something. This could be the start of something great here.
Yeah.
This foursome.
Family.
Here's what we
Family.
love. We love drinking good bourbon with good friends.
That's right.
And every time we have good friends on this podcast, we always think it's the best podcast.
That's right.
And we just love to share bourbon with good people.
Right.
That's
So
it. That's it. You got to end it on that.
Yeah. This is
Cheers.
the Bastards of Bourbon.
Cheers, boys.
We're out.
bless.
Cheers.
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 Love you guys.
Son of a-
Thanks for having me.
Cut it.